need to grow some new pets.
Hello. I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery.
Hi everyone, how you doing? What's up?
Welcome to
How is
October.
life? Welcome to October, where we talk about pet cemeteries and movies that we're watching. Yes, welcome. Hello, you threw me off so bad there, Bigton. I completely froze.
That's my job.
Good.
Welcome to the Albaran, where we play TTRPGs and have a hoot. Today, we have this wonderful group, the Chronicles of Nathriel, except for Teffy down there. They have some things that they are handling and will not be here today, unfortunately, for that. For the rest of them, though, we've got the Zora, that's Ben right there. There's Stitch, there's the Big Tim, delightful, and there's the Yoltian, that's Ethan. And there's Peter, our local bard right there, Schnazboop, who's also playing a bard, so you know, bardy, bardy, bard. A lot of wonderful singing going on there.
Just doubling down.
Doubling down on it, it's great. We love it. Announcements for the week. This week is calmer. Last week was busy. We were all over the place doing a lot of fun things, celebrating the start of spook season. This week, though, we're slowing down a little bit, and we're not doing anything on Thursday. Ben, are we hopping on and doing some Dark and Darker on Tuesday?
Why not? Let's do it.
We taking a break with Ben and Murray,
We could do it.
playing some games.
There has just been another update that changed a bunch of stuff. Like
Let's-
yesterday, I think.
Let's do it. Let's keep the spooks going, and let's give this thing a break and make him actually play a video game for once. Because that's taking a break, right? Totally counts.
It's still spooky.
It's still spooky. Let's have
Rogue
some
comes
fun.
out of the shadows, just stabs you in the kidneys 8 times.
Don't pay attention to the fact that I laugh hysterically whenever that happens.
It's,
But we'll hop on.
that's all you can do.
Probably at 8 p.m.-ish. Around then, give you some rounds, give you some hours, hang out, just chill. It'll be nice and relaxed. Minus all the scariness of Rogue stabbing us in the kidneys 18 times. Yeah, that happens. Other than that, part 2 of the SCP miniseries is coming to you this Saturday at 7 p.m. We had a lot of fun with our MTF group, finally coming together, meeting each other, and then getting chucked to the bottom of the Mariana Trench to enter into a hotel that is sitting at the bottom of it perfectly fine, intact. Nothing wrong there, right? No, we left them with the spooky sight of a gingerhead boy playing with a heart and a lung of the ripped open ribcage. We'll save the spooks for that series. This one is more high fantasy. There are announcements. Don't forget, we have a merch store. We have other things. You can buy our t-shirts. You can get this wonderful art that you're seeing. Actually, it's kind of like I now am the head of Teffy. Hello, everyone. I'm Teffy Singleton. Go and
What a
enjoy
beard.
that yourself with a beard. And get some t-shirts. We have some goals for when we sell a certain amount to be able to do a few things and to get some stuff going, but that's only when we sell amounts. And yeah, I don't know if there's any others. Go follow our socials. Where are all my trees? He's not here. Tree. Go to our trees. Go to our Discord. Go to our merch. All those links. All that stuff. And I don't know if this one still works, but it doesn't. That's a pity. Hi, Geeky and Nights. We see you. What's up? Yeah, any others? Or is it time to make some friends?
It's time to make some friends. And the boy's here, everybody.
Let's make some friends. Let's make some friends.
He's ready
He's
to
not
make
hopping
some
up on the
friends.
lap. He's not hopping.
is open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods. If not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Hello, everyone. We're back. Last time when we left off the hand, they had just entered into Grantina for the first time, the first solo traveling through the sands and the dunes. Familiar landscape for Altian, but different and new for everyone else. They made a lot of noise, attracting two bandit skiffs that came strolling in trying to assault them. However, the skiffs very quickly realized that they had bitten off more than they could really chew, because this device Altian put together is... whoa. And there's a steel predator with them? Ooh, even more dangerous. Having successfully killed one of the captains, taken out half of the crew of one of the ships, and severely damaged one, they convinced the others to mutiny against their remaining captain, with one half-orc taking control of the remaining bandits. They struck a deal, got the bandits to agree to help them gather information in Zalem to help assist inside their mission of acquiring and finding out who this fake Altian is and stopping his actions. However, during the night, their sleep was interrupted by a very large, beetle-like, thank you, Schnozzboob, for that better description than tick-like, beetle-like construct comes bursting out of the sand, assaults their group as BT goes charging up to it, quickly realizing it's 3 times its size. And after a brief moment of engagement, BT is forcibly shut down by this device that is repeatedly uttering the words, "Retrieve." Where we left off was at the top of initiative. Let me move over
Oh
to
boy,
the map here.
I've forgotten what initiative order was. Oh no.
So, little thing I've done here. After last week, when we were just trying to make sure what side everyone was on, I put a second model of your machine here, and I put people where they would
Interceptor
roughly
1.
be. The Interceptor 1. Put people in here roughly where they would be inside this machine. So that's just there for reference. The one that matters is the one on the map. The top of it, though,
Cool.
is you, Schnozzboob.
Okay.
Oh, these cameras are all messed up. My bad, everyone. I'm sorry.
So,
It's
they are messed up.
mostly fixed.
Let's see here.
Ah, that's good.
So I'm concentrating on Bane currently.
Yes,
Re-
you do have a
so
concentration
you're-
spell going. And Bane
remember.
decreases his attacks and saving throws by 1d4.
Yes.
Good spell. It's a really cool spell.
Very nice. Interesting. The spells that I wish to cast are also concentration. That's never happened before.
Ooh. Dilemma.
Okay. I will attempt to. I'm going to run over here. And try to, using my action, try to assess what is wrong with BT and if there's anything I can do to fix him.
Okay. For that, give me either It's either going to be an Arcana check or a Medicine check.
We're gonna go Arcana, and I am fairly certain I charisma somebody
You
in
did.
the last session,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna not just a pretty face it. Wherever that is.
Charisma
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So that's gonna be a dirty 20 for the Arcana check.
Dirty 20 for the Arcana check. The eyes of BT are off. Nothing's moving. It's like a limp, almost like a limp carcass. Like shoving, not even working. Like he is. It's like Altine's machine. The power's just been shut off, from the looks of it.
Based upon my check, would I know where the power on might be?
This is more based on your check. BT's not equipped with the flip switch. Unfortunately, this would be an internal.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to, and I believe it works this way. So I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Sanctuary on. That's an interesting question. On myself.
On yourself. Okay. Sanctuary is not a concentration.
And I think since I've already casted Bane, it's not in conflict.
So Sanctuary, that's not concentration. So you should be fine.
So if the warded creature, me in this case, makes an attack, cast a spell that affects an enemy or deals damage,
Yeah.
the spell
Okay.
ends.
That part. Yeah, you're good. You've already
Okay,
cast
cool.
Bane, so you are correct.
Cool. And I think I have maybe another 5 feet of movement remaining, so I'm gonna move right here.
Nice.
And that's the end.
Excellent. Okay. After you is Zora and Teffy. Nolteon, you're on deck. So, Zora, Teffy being gone, the two of you kind of having similar fighting styles. You are in control of them. I think you should be able to see.
Remember that piercing doesn't work. You both know this.
You do both know this. Okay, there should be a link to Teffy's
Alright.
character sheet.
I have their character sheet open.
Oh, nice. Oh, cool.
So,
You
the
won't be able to make
scowl
changes to that
rifle.
one. Yeah.
Okay. I assume the scowl rifle is what I'm using as the rifle.
It is. She does not have a line of sight of it. She's on the
Okay.
wrong side of the.
That's
top.
right. Hmm.
It is technically Zora's turn first, but seeing as you're controlling
Okay.
both characters.
Well, I am on the right side.
You sure are.
Let's see. How far away? Perfect.
Wrong thing. Wrong machine. Wrong machine. Remember, the machine that matters is the one that's on the field.
Oh, yes. Okay, so we are 50 feet
Close.
away.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna try and hit it with the rifle, I guess. Yeah, we'll just go for a rifle hit.
Piercing damage. It is immune to piercing damage. You know this. Your rifle deals.
Oh,
piercing
that's
damage.
right. That's right. It's the same type.
Same time.
Let's see. I will cast Goodberry just to have those ready, because those still have the effect of someone dies and I feed one to them,
They
come
do.
back at 1 HP.
They do have that
Okay.
healy effect to it.
All right, so we will prep those because you never know when you need a good berry in these trying times. And I have found my physical dice too, so
Hey,
yeah.
nice. Okay,
They're
mark
all
off your
together.
spell slot for Goodberry. That's an action. You do have a bonus action.
I'll eat one for good measure. Can I eat one as a bonus action?
You can eat one for good measure.
Okay.
Now, Teffy.
Seeing as our damage capabilities are pretty squandered.
What will Teffy be doing?
Trying to see. Okay. The shocking grasp would be nice if you didn't have to touch the thing. Gosh dang it. I think can we prep a reaction? To like
You don't have to prep reactions, but you do have to prep
Prep an
actions.
okay. We'll prep an action of shocking grasp. Just in case I don't know, it infiltrates the tank, I guess, or something. I don't know.
If it gets any closer.
Yeah.
Certainly. We need to do some inventory management one of these days. Because there is an item that should be inside that bag that is not inside that bag, and for some reason they're carrying 200 pounds of goods right now. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some figuring out on that.
Rations. I think it's supposed to be rations.
Oh no, that's 200 pounds of goods. It's literally, they've got, their weight is up to 200 pounds right now. That makes very little sense.
If
Anyway.
anything's in the backpack, just assume it's in the tank.
Just assume it's in the tank. Yeah, they should also have a handy haversack inside their inventory if I'm correct, and they don't. I'm not going to correct that though. We'll just say it was left behind in Pallius. Oh, and also Zara, your talkies are unequipped, so if people are talking in the walkie-talkies right now, Zara cannot hear.
Ah,
Ultian,
my
the back seat, Teffy will come up with a... I haven't got anything that does... We can't deal any damage. It's your turn.
I'm gonna reach over and I'm gonna flip the switch, and you two in the back, Zara and Teffy, you guys see a little display kick on that looks like seatbelt, like the seatbelt sign on an airplane. And then I mean, it's the only thing I can, because okay, so the main cannons do piercing damage, right? Or do they do bludgeoning or force? It is not said.
Your main cannons deal force damage. Your main cannons are actually magical. They're not
Force.
in material
Okay.
components. It's part of how they work. They do not work through material components. Otherwise, you'd have to be reloading these things yourselves. To get around that, it's a charging unit, and it shoots just focused energy.
Okay. Because cycle rifles do the same. I was just
Cycle
wondering because
rifles
it's
will be
not
doing the
it's
same,
not
yeah.
written.
Yeah. That's a good question of clarification. And I left it out of there because the first time Pickle he wouldn't have told you. He's not the kind of person who writes a manual and hands it to you. He's the kind that you give him the blueprints, he builds it, and he gives it back to you and you figure out what he put into it, because everything you asked for will be in there. And how he did it, though, he does it in clever ways. He's a smart person I've given that blueprints to.
Okay. Well, then that completely changes my plan. But please do put on your seatbelts, because I still might do it. Okay. I already used insightful fighting on him. Remember?
You did, yeah.
Last episode, so I get the extra 2d6 damage. I'm just gonna shoot this thing with the main cannon. I'm assuming
You already shot the main cannon once. You need to roll at the start of your turn with a d6, remember?
yes. Okay. Well, let's hope. One can hope.
It's like a dragon's breath.
Yeah, that was a 3. All right.
Okay. Don't forget to also roll for each of your psycho rifles, because those can store up to 4 charges.
Yeah. There's a charge, thank God. And there's a charge. Oh, okay.
Okay, so each of those have 2.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot this thing. Okay, so here's my question for you. Because it is not written down quite yet, and I'm assuming you're leaving it off until later on to give me more features. Does this deal ramming damage of sorts?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Is that going to also be an attack, or is that a movement?
That is going to be an attack.
An attack.
A movement is
okay.
just going to be putting yourself up to wall, basically. You're going to need to attack for ramming speed.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna click on the thing first. I'm gonna slightly move this way and turn it in such a way that darn, I'm not gonna be able to get both of you a clean view. I'm trying to get it to where Taffy can shoot it in the ish and Zara can shoot it in the face.
Taffy's got a view of the rear end now.
Okay, gotcha.
It's like a straight line, basically. So previously the straight line was cut off. Like her line of sight was where this line was. She just barely couldn't see anything. But she can now easily see this.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot this thing.
Shoot. Shoot away.
Right dice out. Does a 19 hit this thing?
A 19 just barely hits this thing.
Oh my lord, what are you doing to us? That's 2d10 and 2d6.
Now you're putting one bullet into this
15.
or both charges?
I'm just putting one in for now.
One in. Okay.
That's 15.
15. This energy blast, one of the barrels starts spinning, and a blast comes forth from it, slamming into the side of this creature, leaving an indented, scorched mark. It does flinch a little bit, and you do see that it does deal full damage.
Okay. Then I'm going to say to Teffy,
I think we do.
and then that is my turn. Let me double check my bonus actions. I don't think I have anything else to do. No. That is it.
In that case, it is BT's turn. BT, I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
At advantage, right?
No. Why would it be at advantage?
Cause I'm unconscious, so
No.
just reaching for it anyway. Oh, that's gonna be a no, I'm sure.
Ooh.
con. Well, it is a +8, so that does make it a 12. But still, I doubt it.
Yeah, not for this one. 12 is not high enough. You remain
Unconscious.
paralyzed where you're at. It's his turn now. That blast having come from you, it is going to look, this large, nearly shovel-like head just going to peer over towards you, and the eyes will gleam, and a focused beam will come forth and slam into each other and then shoot towards the interceptor.
Ouch.
How is this going to work? The interceptor needs to make a
let me look at
dexterity saving throw.
You want it to be my the driving
Yeah, make it a drive.
check?
A drive check.
Yeah. Fair check. That's the equivalent of a of a dex save.
Have a dex save for a vehicle.
15.
15.
Not the
15
greatest.
fails.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just barely, by the way. Okay, that's enough.
This was an attack, right?
This was an attack. Yes, it was. This is
They're
an
supposed
attack.
to lose a 1d4 from it, if so.
1d4. So that only works on things when they're rolling. When they are rolling. This was a forced saving throw on someone
Okay,
else's
so
side.
it wasn't an attack roll.
It wasn't an attack roll. No, not an attack
Gotcha.
roll. This was a saving throw. You'd want something like Bless for this to be cast on Altian for a d4 to get added to his roll. Good check, though. 26 points of force damage dealt to the Altian Mobile. The DR does not stop this. The DR only stops piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing damage.
Gonna quickly allows me. There we go. Gonna add a health bar to this real quick. Do the math on my each time you deal damage to me. Okay.
This beam collides with your front wheel, and you can see the armoring over the top of it just start decaying and rusting until it deteriorates into nothing, leaving the forward portion of your tread on the left side exposed.
Cool.
It then will move forward and start gathering BT up with a couple of its limbs towards the center of its chest, picking him up like a package or like a baby, tucking all the arms in, and will turn. And its head starts to spin rapidly as it starts to look towards the ground. That is going to be its entire turn, though. Back towards the top of the round with you, Schnozbu.
Question.
Yeah, answer.
World rules, what have you. In this circumstance, would I be able to try to persuade this robot beetle? Given we're in the middle of combat and it is like a robot.
Give me a free insight check.
Okay. 15?
15. There is a... You know this thing's sentient. I mean, you've been told so by Liam. There's a very distinct difference between this thing and BT. BT seems in control mostly of his faculties. He's learning. He's still new. This thing feels rabid.
Okay.
So, no. You think you probably would not be able to in the heat of the moment like this.
Okay, in that case, we're going to try something else that also may fail. We are going to. Question on concentration, since it's never come up for me. If you are concentrating on a spell, you cast another concentration spell, but that second spell fails. Do you lose both, or do you continue with the first one?
You technically do lose both.
Okay.
Mainly because you have to drop the concentration to be able to cast the concentration spell. However, I don't like limiting things like that. So if you're all cool with it, I would love it to be if the concentration spell takes precedent, then the previous one's dropped. But if you fail on the new casting of the spell, then your previous concentration remains.
Well, that means the enemies can do it, guys. It's like
It does
hard.
mean the enemies can do it as well.
Sounds great and makes sense to me.
Okay. I guess he's making the choice. I got no spells to cast, so.
I mean, being the primary spellcaster, really the only spellcaster. Sorry, Zara. Rangers are kind of, iffy on it. You're muted.
I was saying I really got nothing on it spell-wise.
Okay. Well, in that case, we're going to attempt to cast Hideous Laughter on this here thingy.
Okay, Hideous Laughter. What's that? What does it need? What do we do?
Does it have a humor setting?
A creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter if this spell affects it. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. A creature with an intelligence score of 4 or less isn't affected. At the end of each turn, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. The target has advantage on saving throws if it's triggered by damage. On a success, the spell ends.
What's it sound like? What's it sound like when Snowspook casts this?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what it sounds like.
Please, sir.
With joy, with joy, with joy.
Strumming it out
Yes.
on your lute, the chorus and the echo comes out again with Liam singing alongside with him. Your spell does not take effect. And there's one reason that you know immediately why. It is because this thing is too dumb.
Shame.
It has an intelligence of less than 4.
Okay, I was afraid of that. Okay. In that case, so we'll keep up the Bane concentration. And I'm gonna attempt to get on its back. For
Okay.
writing purposes.
Oh, well.
Okay, give me, you're technically not trying to grapple it, because grappling it's stopping its motion and its purposes, you're riding it. So, spend your movement. Let me make sure
Like a
you're...
Fremen riding
Like a
Shah-Halud.
Fremen riding Shah-Halud. That's... I recently rewatched that film. I think
Ugh,
it's seriously
sorry.
closely becoming one of my favorites.
It's very good.
It's so good.
So I can get to like here-ish with my movement.
Go ahead and move yourself there. You should be on the top. Get rid of that.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Thank you.
Nice. And to climb onto it, give me an athletics check. This will be your bonus action.
Okay, my actual worst skill. I forget. The inspiration thing that you gave me, I can do something with advantage or re-roll if I want
you
to.
just re-roll your dice. You could also do acrobatics for this, if you.
I will do acrobatics.
Oh, that's much better. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go stick with that one. 16.
16. You hop up, climb up some of these legs grabbing hold of a spiked portion from one of the tucked in legs and climb onto its back. Grab hold of a nice portion. You got a grip. You're on him.
Great. Using the walkie-talkies, I'm just gonna say, guys, I think it's gonna take it back into the ground. I'll try to stay with it if I can.
Oh, Schnozzbeak.
Algion puts his head on the steering wheel.
Zara, it is your turn. Taffy's on deck.
Well, I don't hear anything, unfortunately. Could I hear enough, like a murmur, to put it on as an action or a bonus action?
It's like using an item. That would be like a free action of, oh, hey, yeah, just shoving a thing inside your ear real
Alright.
quick.
Well, put that on.
So equip the item.
So that is now equipped, and I mean, I can't use one of these explosive arrows because I don't want to hurt. My idea is all I'm gonna do is just hurt BT and not do anything to the other things. So
Potentially.
we're not gonna do that. Yeah, I guess we could. Could cast Hunter's Mark, I guess.
Hunter's mark on it.
Just,
Yeah, you can definitely do
yeah,
that.
give it a good mark. I guess it only has a range of 90 feet, so.
Go ahead and read off Hunter's mark for us.
So it says you choose a creature you can see within range and mystically mark it as your quarry. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit with a weapon attack. You have advantage on wisdom or wisdom survival checks you make to find it. So I'm hoping it'll help me find it better. I
That
don't
is
know.
what Hunter's mark will do. So if this thing gets away, you
So-
casting Hunter's mark on it does give you it will basically give you advantage to track it if it gets away.
Okay.
Because you have
That's what I'm
Hunter's mark
trying
on
to
it.
do. Alright. If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to mark a new creature. Okay. Well, we're not worried about that. So yeah. We'll do that at level 1, because it doesn't really have an effect until you cast it at level 3 or 4, so... Unless...
Hunter's mark?
Yeah. It says if you can maintain concentration on the spell for up to 8 hours at the 3rd or 4th level.
That's just maintaining up to 8 hours. Hunter's mark is
Yeah.
still comes with its own. Let's see, it's concentration up to 1 hour, just at base level,
Mm-hmm.
and you get all those things described in there. So it's at higher levels that you could just concentrate even longer on it. You still have all of its use.
Yeah.
It's a very useful spell.
But just in case it gets away.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
I guess.
very useful stuff. Teffy,
Alright.
anything Teffy's doing?
Teffy. We will be... because Teffy saw that, like, damage using piercing methods is not viable, right?
Yes, she definitely
Okay.
saw that.
Okay, good. So, um, so Taffy is going to keep. Do I have to keep focused on the reaction of shocking grasp? Can I keep doing that?
You can keep doing that. You can keep holding that
Okay.
action, and if it gets any closer.
I don't think Teffy. Do you think Teffy would get out of the? After seeing Snozboop riding it?
I don't think. I think Taffy is intelligent enough to know that the best chance
know
to
that that
keep
would be
up
a
with
bad
this thing
idea.
is to stay inside the
Stay in the
device.
tank.
Because
Okay,
she's
good.
not going to be as fast as this device.
All right. Well, we're just gonna keep shocking grasp prepped. So
Prepped in case.
that's our middle road choice.
Okay. Hold tune.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say over the communicators to
Snozmove. Snozmove, unless you have a way to breathe underneath sand or not get crushed sheer weight of it, that is not a good idea.
and then I'm going to swing this bad boy around. Hold on. Oh, wrong thing. Hold on. Let me do some measuring. Something like that. Yeah. All right. Perfect. I'm gonna swing this bad boy around. Right behind. Okay, so it's leaning down, you said, and BT is underneath it.
It's
How much space do I have to shoot this
Nowhere
thing
near.
in the belly?
you can see BT. You cannot see any of its belly clearly. It would be like shooting a 1-degree angle out of the 180 degrees you see. You have much more wide clearance to hit BT than the underbelly of this thing. You can hit its rear
Okay.
in near equal chances of hitting BT. But its underbelly,
Okay, what about its?
not quite.
What about where its legs attached to its body?
You'd want to be on the sides for that.
So there like I have just no, even though it's like leaned down, there's like I cannot see these back legs at all, like where they attach.
You can see the two back legs, but the body back end of it is bulbous and around, and the legs attach in the middle section, not the rear section.
All right, I'm shooting this thing in the butt. Let me roll some d6s real quick.
And around where the legs are as well, two of them on either side right now are kind of in a cage formation around BT, drawing it closer to where the leg joints come together.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I got 1-5 for the cycle rifles, and then a 1 for the other, and a 1 for the main cannon. So 1 charge. Yes. I'm going to use 2 charges and shoot this thing into booty.
And the booty with one of the cycle rifles, okay.
Oofda. Okay, that's another 19 somehow with a 17 on the die.
That's gonna hit.
So that's 2 charges, so would that be 48?
That would be 48, yeah.
Alright, well, hopefully I hurt him a little bit. Oh, that is a d20, sir, not a d10. Get out of here. $25.
25 points of damage. Schnauzboop, you don't quite feel, but kind of taking a look at where Altine's taken the machine, one of the rifles starts spinning again, and two of these bolts fly out, smack into the rear end of this creature. You can feel some of the convulsion of it move forward, and you do hear a small little compiled with a high-pitched whir of something starting up on the inside of this thing. That hurt it. This thing is looking a bit beat up at this point.
Okay, I'm going to quickly use my bonus action for Eye of Detail. Okay, it says you can use a bonus action to make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object, or to make an investigation check to uncover or decipher clues. Could I use this to see if I opened up a weak spot on this thing?
Sure.
Sure, I can at least try.
You can at least try, yeah, you can certainly try.
Alright, gotcha. $27.
27? Oh. The best spot.
Right? Yeah, 27.
These things, this is built like a very, very efficient tank. It's a very pristine design. I mean, the sleekness and the curves of the body itself are very well designed to reflect any projectile things. I mean, that arrow that hit, it started reflecting, and it was the shaft that shattered as the metal arrowhead was shoved away from dealing any damage. Opening up a weak spot would require a lot of blasting on its main body. The best place you can try to hit it, though, would likely be where you're seeing the joint connection between its head and the front portion of its body, because it's beginning to spin. That's probably the weakest point, and the easiest point where you're aiming at that location could deal more damage.
Would you allow me one more sentence to Snozboop before I had my turn?
Very quick, brief words, like maybe 5.
Please disable its head.
BT, after all, Tina, I need another Constitution saving throw from you.
Yay! Let's see how bad I fail this one. Come on, dice.
Oh,
Ooh,
Much
that's
better.
gonna be a 26.
26.
System reboot.
System
Dude,
reboot.
it makes the Dells, it makes the Windows sound, startup sound.
Instead of the
No, not Windows.
No, it's DOS instead. So you
The Macintosh startup.
the lights flashback, and I say light, it is your system's turning back on with kind of that reboot feeling to it. It's at the end of your turn when this happens. So they're rebooting, and you're getting sense that you are being held tight by 4 mechanical limbs. And then you're hit by the rushing of sand as his head starts spinning, and it aims downward and dives. Schnozboop, I'm gonna need a strength saving throw from you.
We're gonna use that inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah, it's technically better. 12.
12. 12 is going to be... It's enough to hang on for a moment. You're going to travel roughly 40 feet with it. Just kind of skimming the surface. It is engulfed and embedded underneath, during this, it is like being dragged along a road at fairly
Okay.
high speeds. It
Cool.
will be like sandpaper going across your face.
Sounds
tearing at
hurtful.
Your flesh. Very hurtful. It's 8 points of slashing damage as you are dredged through this sand.
Okay. 40 feet of sandpapering, 8 damage. I'll take it.
40 feet of sandpaper in.
Oh, that's a sentence. Alright, for this, I am going to do. I'm just going to move the automobile back 40 feet. Be a deceptor. I need to stop calling it the automobile. It is dragging you. BT, you don't get any of that, because currently you are protected in its underbelly. And restrained. Schnorzboop, you're still holding on to it, and it's your turn.
So, I'm not sure about the logistics of what I'm trying to do here, but I would like to try to cast Sleep on this guy, and not affect Big Tin, obviously.
Yes. Hang on, let me look at sleep for
It's
something.
a 20-foot sphere. Undead and creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected by the spell.
Do. It is immune to being charmed.
That is unfortunate. Do I know that before I cast Sleep?
Give me a free insight check here quickly.
Okay, great.
Let's see, because you've done a number of other things that have
17.
17. Yes, Schnorzboop
Okay.
would realize this. Like just before playing those first strings, or well, you would need to play your instrument, and that would require you to let go. And being judged right now, you'd be left behind after that point. But
I couldn't hold on to with my legs like a horse?
not with this thing.
Okay, shame.
No, nice try, but with this one, you would need to be holding on with at least a hand. Like, there needs to be that grip, that tensile grip to it. But you would get the sense
Okay.
that because your previous spell, that one didn't work, sleep also wouldn't work. Would be less likely to work.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to climb up towards its head area, if possible.
Your movement will be halved for being half buried. I will need an athletics. I can't make this acrobatics. This has to be strength based.
Okay, well, that's gonna be bad. Yeah, that's a 2.
That's a 2. Releasing one hand from this, trying to grip that reach forward. There we go. Reach forward for another grip. The movement is too strong and forces you off the back.
Okay.
That'll be bonus
Then
action. You still will have. Actually, no, that's movement. You still have action and bonus action, and you won't be fully off of him until he moves again.
I don't think there's anything I can do. Yeah. I don't know if you'll let me try to do this or not. But utilizing available actions, bonus actions, could I perhaps jump and try to grab Big Tin?
So it's underneath the ground. You are closest to the surface than it is. To
Okay.
get underneath, you'd have to be digging through sand to get underneath.
That's a
him.
great point. Okay, well, then I guess I do nothing. Yeah, I do nothing. Shame. All right, well, I'm sticking with it.
Sticking with it, trying to. Okay, I'll consider that. Zora and Teffy, anything you two are doing in this wonderful vessel? You can only, at this point, the only thing you can see of it is sand getting kicked up from it burrowing through the ground.
Well, and how far does Hunter's Mark even go?
Hunter's Mark, the 90 feet's only for casting. It'll keep
Okay.
going as long as you concentrate.
All right. Well, we'll just keep maintaining concentration on that. Clutching our good berries in this trying time.
Hoping for the best.
And Taffy will. I don't know. I guess in case it comes back up through the sand through the tank. My idea is if it pierces the tank at all, grabbing it should
be able to do something like that. Just concentrating
I
and
don't
keeping
know.
focus. No, that's fair.
On that shocking grasp. So
Very limited field of things to be able to be done really right now. So
yeah.
just doing what you can. Altian.
No, Papa doesn't know what to do, fellas.
While you think about it, roll those d6s for your charges.
I shall. Okay, first one, big guns. 5. Cool. Yeah, but no charges. I think I have one remaining. Cool. Okay, well, I have tremor sense, so as long as I'm behind this thing, I can always sense where it goes. Is there any chance that those pirates are awake?
From where you're at, you can't see them anymore. You're making a lot of noise. It's could be safe to assume. You let off a few shots that are very loud. When these weapons go off, they're loud. It's like a normal cannon blast.
I've got nothing. I got nothing to dig these guys out. All right, well, I'm going to Okay, can I tell how deep this thing buried?
It's maybe 10 or so feet underneath.
You can see Snozboop on top of it.
You can see the top of Snozboop's head starting to appear. With your passive perception, it looks like he lost his grip.
Okay. And I have no idea of the penetrative power of this thing, of
Ooh.
my guns.
You do not. Field
Okay.
testing.
Yes. Okay. He's 40 feet away, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Roughly.
he's 100 feet
Roughly.
away.
He moved.
He's 100.
Yeah, you from where you were, I moved your vehicle 40 feet back. Instead of
Okay,
moving him
well then-
40 feet away from you.
Back up as close as possible, and I am shooting down at this thing away from Snozboop enough to not hit him.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
All right. Let's hope I roll another 17, guys. It's our only hope. No, not even close. That's a 14.
It's a 14. The bolt slams into the sand and there's a kick up from the sand as it hits, but you don't see any sense of slowing of the motion.
Cool. Cool. I'm gonna say to Snozboop one last time.
If you don't mind, could you not be on top of that thing?
It's 10-4, good buddy.
Yeah, that's my turn. That's literally everything I got.
BT, you are conscious in the grips of this thing as it is burrowing through the sand.
Do I assume part of my boot up process is what the fuck just happened? Do I know what just happened?
Ooh, language.
Beep! Beep!
Sorry.
Beep!
Beep, 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 beep.
For this,
Do I know how he
No.
did that?
no, you wouldn't know. That this would be something new. Mind you, you yourself are something new.
Yeah.
But this,
Well, it's just, if I'm so unique, how did he know how to do that to something?
so unique.
To me.
That is a good question.
I mean, I could see them turning off steel predators, but not something that has a sentience already pre-built into it. But anyway, attack. Should be pretty easy.
Giving it a nice little attack. You are restrained, so maybe not quite as easy. Being restrained, you have a disadvantage on attack rolls, I believe.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, let me double check that.
It's not like being grappled where it's just like automatic.
It's the people who are restrained who automatically get hit. Restrained. The restrained creature's speed becomes 0 and it cannot benefit any from any bonus speeds, blah blah blah. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws as well.
At this point in time, I don't think there's much else I can do. Can I try strength to get out of it, or?
Yeah, you could spend your action to try to break the restraint.
Okay, I'll try that instead.
Give me an athletics.
Athletics? Okay.
Athletics, it is a contested. We rarely touch on grappling and restraining.
Doesn't matter. The dice hate me today. Unless he rolls somehow lower than a 7.
It's still possible to meet. No. You rolled a 2, right? He rolled a 3.
Yeah.
So he got a 9.
Is that my full action?
That would be your full action.
There's nothing else I can do at the moment.
Im-
In my most powerful voice, I shall say, "Let me go."
You hear back a must bring back.
Command override. I'm reaching. Yes, I know I'm reaching, but
You're fine.
maybe I could confuse it.
It continues plowing forward. On its turn, it just continues plowing forward.
Okay.
And moving forward, and we can continue trying to do restraint stuff. What are you all planning? Do you want to continue on and chasing and trying to stop this?
Oh, Snotspoop's not done.
Schnauzboop's not done. KK. Alright. It plowing on. It's going to be a little difficult to use the map on this. Schnauzboop, you are left behind on this.
Oh, I am left behind?
Oh, you are left behind. You lost grip.
Ah. I wasn't sure if that was like a yeah for sure lost grip situation.
I was a yeah for sure. You were being dredged, going. Oh gosh. What's 80 feet per 6 seconds? Pretty stinking fast through the
Math.
sand. With a 2 on your stuff, that would have been. It would have been rude.
Okay. Oh, but
So
it's
you
that
60
close to
feet
me? Or are you still
No.
moving me?
No, I'm still moving people. And you were going
Ouch.
to be technically buried in the sand there.
How
And he was...
is he going deeper or just staying underneath?
He is just staying underneath. He's not going any deeper.
Okay.
Okay. So Snozboop's turn, I guess. I assume it takes half of my movement to get out of the sand.
To get out of the sand, yes. Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go over here, and then I'm not sure how this would work, but I'm going to attempt to get a rope and crowbar ready to latch onto the tank as it drives by, or the
Okay.
interceptor.
All right. For great. Let's for this. You getting those things out, getting those pieces of equipment ready. Teffy inside her seat will say, "Swing around to the left. I'll grab him." To the right, pianist, mixing things up. So we can call that a readied action to aid on an attempt to grab and to bring you on board without running you over, hopefully.
Great.
We'll see how the dice roll.
Great.
Ooh,
So I don't want to slow Ultian down, obviously. That's the number one. But that's my turn.
That's your turn. Zora, Teffy. Teffy's going to get ready to help get Schnozoop, that's his name, onto or into the tank again. She's already picking herself halfway out. Anything in particular?
Zara will also be helping to grab Snozboop.
Cool. Kind of grabbing the legs.
As
of
we pull
Teffy
him in,
and
offering him a nice good berry in this trying time.
trying time.
Heal 1
That's all going to
HP.
depend on Ultian. So you're right now preparing the action to do this. Ultian, what are you doing for your...
Well, I'm obviously cranking her to the right. Swinging around. Cranking her back over.
Okay.
And doing my full 80 feet once we do this.
Perfect. Snozboop, I would like an athletics or acrobatics from you. I would also like an athletics or acrobatics from Teffy, but at advantage.
Teffy's is advantage, mine is not.
I did no.
You're
In this
definitely
case,
doing that athletics.
I'm doing a double rule or a double roll to affect what these are going to be. Gives you a better chance.
Well, I certainly hope so. That's an 8.
What's Teffy get here?
Well, we rolled a 9 plus 4. That's a 13.
Even at advantage.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Then
Okay.
we rolled a 9 and a 7.
All right, Ultian, you doing this at full speed?
I was planning on it, but
All right, you're planning on it, so you are. Going at full speed, you do grab hold, and this does get caught, and you do end up getting pulled along with the machine, but they don't quite get you inside.
Oh, in fairness, I didn't want to get inside.
So you'll be roughly along the side of it. On your turn at the start of it, you're going to need to make a strength saving throw to hang on or to fall off.
Okay.
You will be traveling with it though, but you won't be dragged on the ground in the sand while you're being traveled
great.
along with it.
Great.
Like Indiana Jones caught on the side of that tank inside the desert.
Here we go. 80 feet ahead.
Whoa, what
Let's
did I
do it.
80 feet of movement.
Actually, because it is still technically my turn, and I have an action.
It should be
Let
farther
me
out than
recharge.
that. My apologies.
No worries.
Because you were... Should technically be there. But it's getting a little hard to track. Can only
Good
do
thing
we got
certain
a
tracker.
maps.
I got one recharge for the cycle rifles. I'm going to use my action to not move 80 feet, but to move 160 feet. And get slightly ahead of this thing.
Vehicle. Vehicles work a little different.
Oh, I can't move. I can't double my
There's
movement.
there's a
Damn it.
button for that.
Yeah.
It's a little red button in the middle. You can
Says
give
do
yourself,
not press.
yeah, you can
No.
give yourself that extra boost of movement,
Yeah,
but
it
this
comes
is a
at cost.
limited thing, and it is at a cost.
All right, never mind. I'm gonna try and shoot this thing again, I guess. I'm gonna get out a different die. That one has not been doing well. Oh, that is far better. That's a 21 to hit.
A 21 hits. Wait. No, this thing is in full
No, it
cover
doesn't.
because of the sand.
I
Its
needed a
AC
20
has
to
been
hit this.
boosted, so 21 does not hit in this case. It again pinks into the sand, but can't tell if it goes through.
Bye, Big Ten. I don't know if
Yeah,
there's nothing I can do to help you.
No.
I have one last crazy idea, but
Did we move or did we not move?
Yeah,
You've
we
not
moved.
moved yet.
Oh,
Let me move you. Yeah, because I can
oh, yeah,
drag
you do it.
Schnorsboop along with. Oh,
Oh.
you're not inside yet. Come back here. No, you're not even there yet. Literally on the side.
Cool.
Watch out for those tracks, dude.
Watch out for those tracks. Okay, now that we've moved you there, I'm gonna grab all of you, and I'm gonna move you back.
Slide you back.
Scrolling map, everyone. That's how this works. BT, it is your turn now. What is your crazy idea?
well, this is going to be one of those really open to interpretations. But part of prestidigitation says I can snuff out a light, candle, torch, or a small campfire. Being that I am a construct, can I also make that considered to be lights? And if I can make it lights, I want to turn off one of his eyes.
That feels like a stretch to
That
me.
is a huge stretch. That is like saying, that's
I
like
know.
saying I can
almost-
use
you straightened your
precipitation to
back
poke
for that
someone's
one.
eye out.
I'm not
It's not
poking
the
their eye
light.
out, I'm
The
just
light bit
lighting
is
them.
not a stretch. The light
Yeah.
works. Doing it on his eyes, that's not going to work, because his eyes are not actually lights. His eyes are optical functions used to give him sight.
Yeah.
They're not considered a light. You can turn the light function off on one of them, but you won't make him blind in that eye. He also has 6 eyes.
Can you
Oh,
break out of the
lovely.
restrain?
That's my fallback. I'm going to try that again. But the dice aren't working very well for me today.
Oh, I rolled a 3 on his last one. It is
It is
Contested.
contested. Yeah. Yeah, let's see what we get this time. Ah.
Nice.
We do have a balance.
Oh!
That
As
nat
all
20.
things should be.
I rolled a natural 1 for him as well.
Wow.
Wow.
What
man.
it says.
All things
What a
should be.
balance!
Super success.
Super success. You break free of these limbs, pushing back at them, fully releasing yourself. It is your action to break free. You will be left behind now. Like you're out of his grasp. It is his turn.
So I still have a
next,
movement, though.
You do still have your movement. You have your movement now.
Okay, full movement away from him.
Away from him. It is going.
I would go up.
Well,
Please,
if I'm
He's up.
basically
He's up. Right now. He is right above BT. Because he was held at the belly of this creature.
Around and up.
So to go,
just-
to move back will be easy. Like you can do that
That's
very,
true.
very easily.
yeah,
'Cause it's still-
he's already made a path.
He's already made that path. I'm gonna move him back in there so I can grab you easily. So moving back, your movement is 35, right?
40.
40? Oh, nice.
Remember, we converged fighters, so
That's right.
I get my fighter movement now, so we're up to 40.
Nice. Good. I'll move you back 20 feet. There, that can be easily done. Would you like to
Okay.
breach the surface? Because right,
Right
now you're
underneath
buried
one of
in
the
sand.
treads.
No,
Crunch.
using my
No.
blind sense, do I know where the mobile is?
Oh, you could definitely
front
feel it, that's
wheel.
for sure.
Is just reaching within to your blind sense. So yes.
Yeah, I'm
you would
staying
sense that
under.
It's right above.
I'm staying under.
Nice.
Just a quick crunch.
Hey, poke up my head. Hey, who's your blind?
Oh no, guys, I
Thanks.
think I hit a cat.
On. Yeah. So that's. You can easily get there with the 20 feet. Not wanting to burst, you would have to dig through for the rest. It would be half movement if you want to move anywhere else from there. So you have 10 feet, 20 feet of movement, but 10 feet technically because you're digging through sand. There we go. Nice. Its turn. Well, it ain't stupid. That's for sure.
Well, it ain't. What are you talking
Well, it
about? You
is
said its
stupid.
intelligence was
It's
4.
stupid. It's really stupid.
You liar.
But it has,
Liar.
it has a purpose.
You turned her against me. Sorry.
Okay.
May be
let's-
dumb, but it's determined.
It may be dumb, but it's determined. It is going to spend 10 feet of movement as it bursts out of the sand. You can all see inside the vehicle this thing landing on the ground. I just made a weird noise.
I feel
It's
like
going
that's
to
the noise I
spin.
would make.
I feel like it is. Spinning around, still seeing you follow through. There is no sign of BT anymore. It does see you trailing. So, Ultian drive check
Okay, I shall.
as
You
the
think I
eyes
won't?
again
I
focus
shall.
down on a beam towards your machine.
Which dice? Let me find. Okay, that's not terrible. At least.
My roll was terrible.
It's
Very bad.
23?
23 succeeds, having the 13 points of force damage to 6 points of force damage instead. As a
Okay,
con,
does this
the
also
vehicle-
surpass my?
Yes, it does. It's force damage.
It's-
Yep.
okay, gotcha.
The
Oh,
DR only reduces bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical means. Magical ones will still go through the DR. This, lurching to the side, it gets hit. The machine gets grazed by this thing again. Portions seem like they're rusting and decaying away.
Did you say 6?
6, yeah. Just another 6. That is going to be its turn, though, as you hear it just screech like an iron machine. Metal on metal that's not been oiled for a very long time, screeching and grinding together. Schnorsby, start of your turn. I need an athletics or acrobatics check to get onto this boat.
It's gonna be acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
15?
15? It's good enough. Climbing
Great.
up and getting the help of Teffy, you're climbed into a position where you are now on the interceptor.
Can I stand over here? Not on the treads, obviously.
That
You could be
so
backwards.
you would the only place you would be able to, more likely, is on the treads, and unfortunately the armor plating of that tread is gone.
Oof.
So you'd be
Okay.
literally standing on the treads.
Okay, we don't want to do that. We'll just stand on top of it over here, I suppose.
It's probably the most secure location. The front wheels, they move whenever Altian steers, so you would have a really
Okay.
hard time staying in the front.
Okay. Oof. I'm not equipped for this kind of a thing.
Certainly is a tough fight.
Do we think Bane is still on? I didn't roll a concentration check.
You didn't know. Roll that real quick for me.
Okay. Nah. I failed it. I'm not concentrating.
Ooh.
So I will go ahead and just cast Bane again. Level
Bane.
1.
Needs to make a roll.
Charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. D20. That bounced right out of my tray. Ooh, it rolled a 17, but it's got -3 on its charisma. So, 14.
Perfect. Failed.
It failed. It's still baned. And
Still baned.
Counterbalance.
And we're gonna sit tight. Right there.
baned
hold
again
on.
and sit tight. Holding tight onto the the interceptor, Zora and Taffy. This thing has burst out and is now situated looking at this. No sign of BT
You said there are parts that are rusting?
on your machine, not on it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay. Well, I will offer Snosby because he's not even inside the tank anymore.
No, but the window's open.
Maybe I could pop my hand out and offer him a nice good berry in this trying time as my action.
As his hand gets reached across Taffy and a good berry gets offered to you, Taffy looks over and says, "Our weapons are useless."
Would you allow, since I did not use my bonus action, for me to pop that good berry in as my bonus action?
Yeah, absolutely, sure.
Cool. What's that, heal me 1?
1 point, yeah.
Yeah.
1. Nice, got it. Pops that in. Shouts out over the loud noise. Oh, thank you, my good friends are delicious.
Nice.
I
Excellent.
guess we'll end our collective turns.
Yeah, Taffy continues concentrating on trying to, if it gets close, shock and grasp. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Altian.
Recharge. Okay, that is check. First 2 are going to be cycle rifles, so that is 1. 4 is 2 with a 5. All right, come on, baby.
While you're rolling that, Taffy shouts out, "Any notes on the machine that I can tell Piggle?" Did you get your main cannons?
Woo! I got 'em, boys.
Hey.
Oh.
Now, Ethan feels the excitement that I feel whenever I roll a 6 on recharging legendary abilities.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so what's it in 42 for that bed? We right. This is a construct, right? Doesn't count as a structure.
Constructs technically are structures.
This is all at double damage then.
Indeed. This one will be. Part of the reason why I was stressing not to shoot this thing at it while it was hugging BT so much, because it would be double for BT as well.
Oh, boys. Okay, that is a crisp 40 points of damage because I rolled 2 10s on
Did
2
you
of my
hit?
d8s.
What did you roll to attack?
Didn't I? Oh, wait.
No,
what?
I didn't. We didn't hear any roll to attack.
Yeah, roll to attack. My bad. I got
It's like you
confused.
gotta
I got
roll to hit
really-
it first, lad. Come on. You're not just.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh,
So 40 points of damage, nat 20, doubled on sure. What is that? That's about 120.
well, Teen, how do you want to do this?
I'm glad I waited to roll that roll to hit, guys. I'm glad I forgot, or else that would not have been a 20.
How do you want to do this?
I punched a hole through this thing's chest.
Okay,
Let's go.
perfect. It bursts up. Its 4 limbs empty of BT. Rear end inside the sand still, looks down at you, shoots down towards your machine. It's damaged your interceptor twice already. It's already put marks on this thing. You already have to repair this brand new toy of yours. A little angry, you hear that ding. Your main cannons are charged. You aim, pull the trigger, its main chest exposed, that weak point of where the limbs would be, the one that you didn't see because BT was being held too tightly around it, gets slammed by these bits, and that very anime brightening fashion of something landing its hit and then exploding outwards happens, and you see the limbs spread from each other, landing in different sand, and its head itself still barely attached by pieces of metal in the back fall off, and the rear end slam to the ground. You still hear, as the lights fade out, retrieve. And lights.
That was much easier than I thought it was going to be. That's fine, Big Ten. And I'm gonna pull
Pull her around. That's the most damage I've ever done. I need you guys to know that. That's the most damage I've ever done in
That's the goodies.
Oh, real quick note with your interceptor. It does not heal HP normally. You're going to have to do tinkering
Repairs.
checks, and you're going to need the materials to be able to do it. And right now,
I'm
you
gonna
do not have those materials.
Do we need tinker tools?
And you need tinker tools, yeah. And
I
it will
got
be
tinker
tinker
tools.
checks. Yeah, I think most of you have tinker tools, which is great. So the hand as a whole can genuinely all help repair the interceptor. The
Oh.
thing stopping you right now is the materials.
No.
Well, I think this
We got a
beetle's
whole
made it out of metals.
stockpile. Yeah. We got a whole stockpile of materials sitting right there.
A lot of tinker checks, but you can definitely scavenge from this thing. BT, speaking of which, you do feel your tremor sense would get the vibrations of something heavy colliding on the ground surface. You would feel the machine move around and then become stationary.
It's not tremor sense. That's Altian.
You're right, yes.
It's blind sense.
Blind sense. Altian, though, you would know where BT is, actually. You would see this little blip. You don't see him, but you see the blip of where he is.
I'm gonna back her up 10 feet then.
Tavern
Tavern of
of
Worlds.
Worlds. Welcome to
Nice.
party. Thanks for the raid. We just finished fighting a retriever. And if anyone knows what a retriever is, that's a CR rating 14 creature that I just threw against a bunch of level 5 players. And yet they handled
Oh,
it. It's
boy.
because of what they have. It's okay. I knew they were going to handle it fine.
Yeah. Big metal
Yeah,
beetles, no big deal.
No big deal.
When you believe in the
right?
power of friendship.
When there's one of them. What are you all doing?
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night. You have not finished your long rest. and this has interrupted it.
Oh,
We're gonna
we're
go back
gonna
to
go
camp.
find Big Tin, make sure he's
Yes.
okay, get him out of there. Is there? I mean, this is a desert. Is there a way for us to mark somehow where this big metal beetle carcass is?
does my mark still
Try.
hang out on there?
Yeah, it's dead. Your hunter's mark's gone.
Okay.
It is.
Um,
It has ceased to continue.
Oh, that's
living.
right. It's gone after 0 HP. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, well, guess we'll just try to remember where it is. I'll do my best.
Equivalency of like survival stuff. You can definitely keep an eye or have an idea of where you weren't too far from main camp. Like you didn't
Okay,
travel too
yeah.
far off.
As Ultian drives back with me in the car, tank, interceptor, guy.
Well, first, actually, BT,
Oh.
do you make yourself aware or apparent to everyone? You're still buried in sand.
Yeah. Once I figure that it's over, I'll dig myself out.
Protect the puppies. Digging out, coming out of the sand, you will see BT emerge. And then traveling back to camp. The first thing you notice is that long skiff. It's gone.
He up and ran.
The bandits have left. The broken skiff, broken down one, the one that was scavenged from inside, all the important bits taken out, still there. Just remains. Looks like a sailing ship with treads. Stuck in the sand now. Sand already beginning to pile up on the inside of the treads.
I'm gonna turn around, I guess, and look back at everyone in the passenger and back seats. I'm gonna say,
I'm not surprised.
Hmm,
We should still make camp.
perhaps they were just afraid. How easy would it be for us to track them in the morning? Is that something that's possible in these areas?
Well, it'd be hard, but not impossible. I don't think it's worth the time. They're gonna decide to do the job, they'll do it. But either way, they left.
My only fear is that they think that maybe we are perished by the large metal beetle. And so that would make it difficult. But sleep first, I think, would be the best, yes. Snozboop's going to find a nice, spot of ground near the vehicle and go to sleep.
Why don't we use the abandoned skiff? Just in case.
Snozboop is partially asleep already, and says...
To interrupt a little bit on that as well, Schnozzboop, you might have it very difficult, or a very difficult time trying to find sleep just on the ground, as it is very cold.
Okay.
Don't we all have like little travel sacks?
You have
and
little tents and things that were
bedrolls?
set up.
Okay.
And ready
All right. Great idea. I'm gonna put my blanket right next to Ultian. Snuggle up for warmth.
That's not a bad idea. We should all snuggle warm.
Okay, then I guess we won't use the skiff.
Next to
go
the
to sleep.
tank.
Yes.
Sleeping time.
Anyone keeping watch? You'll need to. It's gonna be roughly another 4 hours before.
Say besides BT.
Yeah, any watches besides BT?
I think we all
Does anyone need to?
It's gonna work.
That's
BT,
entirely
if you could keep watch, that'd be very helpful. And please don't go chasing after any moving sand dunes, please.
Okay. Keep watch. Don't chase sand dunes.
all right. You all go to sleep. BT, give me a perception check.
And after that natural 20, I'm sure I'm gonna be back down in the small area. Let's see what we get today. Ooh, oh, that was on a 19.
Oh.
God, that dice for digital dice, they like
They
to
love
tease.
Yeah.
That'll be a 12.
12. Okay. Nothing to note during your watch. Looking around, you do see in the morning time when the sun starts coming up, the little ice beds on certain sides of the dunes start to melt away. The icicles that are formed on the interceptor, I'll get it right eventually, starting the process, also begin to melt. There is a curious creature, almost looks like a mouse, that seems to be attracted a little bit to the interceptor, and it comes up and looks around and starts to gather up some of the water particles, lap them up, and then dashes away and digs into some of the sand. It seems as though you might be nearby its burrow, because it's coming back, gathering up more water, then going back to the sand and disappearing into it.
I think it would be
Other than
appropriate
that-
to say that Teffy would be documenting maybe
Teffy's
some
asleep.
animal activity.
This is during watch.
Asleep. Oh,
No, Taffy needed the sleep too.
yeah.
But after that, mainly due to the heat that is beginning to build up around your blankets, you all wake up a little stiff and sore from the day prior, but with a long rest all the same.
That was 4 hours, he said?
That was 4 hours, yeah.
Okay.
All right, get up, get packed, head back out on the road.
Oh, rain again.
Schnozboop is
He's
going
bending
to
down.
look to see if there are tracks of the pirates,
Of the
Or if they're-
pirates.
or they're gone.
Yeah, so, give me a survival check.
Okay.
Or a nature. One of those two will do.
We'll do a survival. Zara, would you like to assist me?
Can I do that?
Would you like to assist Zora? Because Zora, I believe, is
I
going
definitely
to be
would
better at this
rather. I'd rather definitely assist Zara.
Then how does
Okay,
Schnozboop prompt
yeah.
Zora to look for these tracks?
Zara, perhaps the pirates can still be found and convinced. Could you perhaps find them?
Why, of
perchance?
course, Schnozboop. I would love to.
So formal.
And I decide to use a survival check.
Okay, with advantage, because Schnozboop's
With
helping you.
advantage. Oh, so good thing we got advantage. We rolled the same thing twice. Hold on. I'm gonna. This is sitting on a book. I'll roll one more time. Okay, never mind. All right, so 9 plus 5, that's 14.
14? 14's good enough to see the remains of the treads from especially a skiff, a very large device. They were heading roughly southwest. Here,
Is
let
that
me move you over to...
away
map
from where
for
we
you.
were going already?
It's actually towards where you were going.
Oh, perfect. Ideal.
Well, that's convenient.
More south
Okay,
than west.
We're headed over this way. South is west here. Okay, very good. Ultian, it seems as though the pirates may be headed in the same direction as we were already going. So, perhaps we can keep a lookout for the tracks to see if we need to have another conversation with them.
Don't worry. With this thing, I think I'll be able to catch up with them.
Haha, very good. Snobzoop's gonna get in his bucket seat, strap in, ready to go.
There's,
Because I know
there's a couple
Taffy
books.
works. There's a couple
No.
of books.
It's a,
boostering
no, it's
him
a
up.
literal car seat, remember?
It's a little car seat
built it.
designed for it, yeah. Tuffy would definitely remind everyone. Do you want to go scavenge?
Yes. We want to do some tinkering.
Do you want to do some tinkering, some scavenging of some materials of that large thingy?
I don't know. Ultian, do you think we could fix up the vehicle if we scavenge the beetle?
Yeah, we probably could. It's a good idea. Either way, we won't be able to tinker on it here. We need to catch up with them, but we have some time.
Okay. To the beetle.
We go with scavenging.
You go
Scavenge the beetle.
Scavenge the
Usually
beetle.
the beetle scavenges. Now we are scavenging the beetle.
How much time? would you
Rolling
like to
its dung
spend-
down a hill. Sorry.
Rolling its dung. Oh dear. How much time would you like to spend scavenging?
That's
I
like an
will.
hour tops, right?
Yeah, follow Ultian's direction on the amount of time.
3 hours?
Yeah, just like an hour tops. We're gonna look over this
An
thing
hour?
thoroughly and
Thoroughly?
pick it apart.
Perfect. Well, if you're all doing this, then as a team, I would like all of you to make investigation checks on it. And then whoever
like
wants to do the tinkering will do a tinkering check at advantage.
I would also like to download its memory.
I kind of figured you'd want to go towards its head, so while they're all doing that,
I better do the tinkering.
you do the tinkering.
no.
While they're prying large pieces of metal off this, you wander over to its head, this large spade-like head itself. Still being larger than even your body. Where are you going for? How are you intending on downloading its memory, per se? Like, are you, what exactly are you doing to it?
See the end of my tail? There's a USB port on it.
It like pops off. There's like a rubber head to it that like pops off, and it's got like a
USB
little
ports
connector thing that
100%
lets it
do
dangle.
not exist.
Oh come on!
Ah,
There's also no
device
port
you've
in this
created.
thing for you to be able to insert something to download memories like that. That process is not a thing that exists in this world.
I'm going to expose the whatever I can figure out to be the memory core. And then I'm going to try and put my paw on it and see what the living metal will do.
Okay.
Because I know I can absorb some things through living metal. Because I just did. Even though that was another piece of living metal. It might be possible.
Putting the paw to the metal of this thing. Give me
To the brain.
Okay,
If-
so
I'll tear open metal to get to the brain.
to get to the brain. Okay, give me a strength check. Athletics.
Okay.
Oh.
B23.
23. Oh, easily. You grab hold on the back plate of the top of this thing's skull, peel it back. There is a as the metal gets bent. Not unfamiliar now, as everyone else behind is tinkering and tinking away and grabbing their own pieces of metal as well. Just on the inside, the first thing you recognize is the fact that this thing is pre-Gene Wars, but the inside of its head, you would recognize the design as being Gene Wars. It's very
Upgraded.
intricate. It was changed, altered, upgraded.
Yeah.
Especially seeing as in the very center where you would see and where you would estimate that processing core to be is a small piece, perfectly cylindrical, about an inch wide in diameter. It's a piece of living metal.
Absorbed.
Tethered in.
I could get in a lot of trouble
tied-
from this, but oh well.
tied into it. But reaching down, knowing what the material you're made of does and engages with itself, it touches the paw, and like a liquid getting sucked into a sponge, siphons into your paw. For
And
what
BT
happens
goes
with
crazy.
Oh,
Retrieve.
time's gonna tell what happens
Retrieve.
on that.
Retrieve.
A little juicy thing for me to play with in the future.
Do I get
But
my
you can-
1 HP?
You do get your 1 HP, yes.
Yay.
Yeah, you have added a matured source of living metal to your body now. And this one, it will have information, but time is going to tell that tale.
Yeah, it takes time to deprocess it.
It's like decoding, yeah. It's like an
Decoding
encrypted
it.
code inside your brain, and you have to. What was that device? The Germans used. That was eventually decoded. World War II.
Yeah, I know what
That's
you're talking about. Don't know
yeah.
what it's called.
Can't remember, but yeah, you have to basically do that whole process with it. For the rest of you, what were our investigation checks?
Who wants?
You want my investigation check? It's a 16.
16 from Schnelsby. Ooh, cool.
My tinkering was 23.
23 on your tinkering. Zora's away, so I'm going to assume that's a 0.
He's moving stuff.
Ooh. I don't know if you wanted a separate investigation,
But it's a natty
From-
20.
but for me, I got an added 20.
A natty 20. After doing what you do, your strength check was pretty quick, so that process would be fairly quick. Their process takes a little longer. You give them the advice on how to get the pieces and get the best material. So
Somehow a schematic of the thing came up in my mind.
you can all. So, Altine, you're probably the one who wants to list this the most. You're right, you won't be able to do any of the repairs here. You're going to need more of a repair station. But you can mark that you have materials to heal up to 50 HP on your interceptor. And that's going to include just random little bits, like if I say one of your treads is broken, you will have the materials to fix that tread. It's just up to the HP on this. We're trying to keep less specifics so we can still have a healing process system behind for this device. Even though it is full of intricate things. There might be some things that happen to it that I will specify this you're going to need differing materials to, but that'll vary.
Right now. All right, let's hit the road.
On the road again. On the road
Eastbound and
again.
down, loaded up and trucking.
Traveling up
We're gonna do what they say can't.
for the 8 hours your machine can travel for in a course of a day.
Do we catch up with them?
No, you don't.
Do they turn at some point?
No, they don't. At this point, you are about an hour traveling via the interceptor from Zellum at the end of the solar. The treads continue traveling to Zellum. But you're limited because your device runs out of its power at this point.
Pew, 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 pew.
It needs to recharge.
All right, all right. Set up camp.
Set up camp. You're well familiar with the coldiness of it. And you can adequately set your camp up. During the course of the night, though, who is keeping watch?
I guess we'll take turns with BT keeping watch the entire time. Last time.
Yeah.
I'll take morning.
Who's on first?
It's
Snozboop will be first.
All right, Snozboop BT, give me perception rolls.
perception.
24.
Perception.
19.
24. 19. Ooh. Okay, you guys
10.
having a little... Well, not yet for you, Altian. Don't roll when it's not your turn to watch yet.
Sorry, I thought you meant everyone. I thought you
No,
meant
no. Just Snozboop and BT. You two having any conversations during your watching?
Big Tin. Any idea why you
Process
turned
easy.
off?
I'm trying to figure that out.
Do let me know. I may be able to help in the future. I couldn't figure out how to help you. It was unfortunate. But I'll leave you to it. Snozboop will just let him process for the rest of the watch time.
Process, yeah. BT, besides watching, has two main tasks up. One is the decryption of the new metal, and the other is the how did that happen and how can I stop it?
It's multi-screen mode.
Yeah.
It's like having a couple monitors. Through the course of the night, there are things that move around underneath the sand. There are creatures you see occasionally. Some wild dogs, a pack of wild dogs, start running off in the distance. But then, as soon as they start getting closer to you, they very quickly veer off. Schnozboop, during your watch, you see they veer off from the same location almost every time. There are many wild predators during the night, and every single one of them avoid a very specific point, roughly 200 feet away from you.
I'm going to take note of that point, pass that information on to the next person on watch, but I'm not going to go over there.
Okay, who's the next person on watch? Altian, you already tried to roll. Let's make it.
Okay, sure. That's a 10.
That's a 10. BT, are you more processing or are you watching?
I am watching as well, so a third.
Third. Give me a perception check then.
11.
11. Okay. Second watch is a little more quiet. Less creatures running around. There's nothing to notice. Yeah, that thing Schnozboop pointed out to you, Altian, you don't notice it. I mean, you see some animals out there making their motions, but tone's not high enough to put any real patterns around it. Bless you, Schnozboop. One more and I'll start telling you to stop. Third watch.
I guess I'll take third watch.
Okay, give me a perception roll.
Alright, let's see what.
Keeps getting worse and worse.
The
10.
dice keep going down.
Well, it's not too bad. 19
Gesundheit.
plus
Stop, Peter, stop.
5, so 24.
I'm trying.
24. Zara, you. Oh, Altian, actually, or would you inform Zara of the spot that Schnorsboop told you about? That spot's clear. But over 200 feet on the other side, everything's avoiding a spot on that side.
Oh.
Go
Just
give it a
avoiding.
good berry.
I will run over there.
Heading
In the
a
night.
little over, the sun's starting to poke its head up. And you walk over to this portion of sand that everything is avoiding. Give me a... I don't know, actually, what are you doing over
Constitution
here?
saving throw.
A nature check?
Nature check? Sure, give me a nature check.
Oh no, a +0 nature. Why did I say that? Oh. We got a 7?
A 7. Oh. You step over the spot, look around. It's a lot of sand.
Oh no.
You can tell it's that way. That's the way it
Tell it's
is.
that way, because the way it is, it's a lot of sand.
17 quadrillion, 734 billion, 18.
Just as you hear a voice come from nowhere. You know, if you keep staring the way you are, people will think you're up to something. That's actually where we'll go on break.
Boo. Boo this man for his cliffhangers.
It's a short one. We'll be fine. 15 minutes, everyone. We're going to be right back. We're going to go relieve ourselves of some ounces and prepare ourselves for the consumption of more while we gather our wits about us and think about what happens when you drive a very loud machine in a very dangerous place. See you in 15.
You're the one who let me build it.
I am.
Bye.
Hello there. As a guest of the Owlbear Inn, you obviously have taste. Now, as a person of taste, have you ever thought to yourself, I need to watch an artist who also has taste, with a sense of classiness and intelligence, heightened by sitting in a leather armchair before a fireplace with shelves of books behind? Neither have I. Anyways, I happen to have an art channel called Michael How Arts here on Twitch if you want to check it out. There's drawing, chatting, and sometimes gaming. If you enjoy fantastic characters and comics, or just having someone to hang out with while doing art, you should give Michael How Arts a look-see. That's twitch.tv/Michael How Arts. And if you visit, maybe, just maybe, you'll occasionally have that artist sitting in front of a fireplace to give you a +1 for the richness and culture of your Twitch experience. Though I wouldn't count on that. But please, do stop on by. Thanks for your time, and have a wonderful day. I'm Michael Howe, and I approve this message. Oh, you don't believe me? Well, I did this, and 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 this.
Hello, everybody.
Fine
All
still.
campaign, all I wanted was to pass wisdom saving throws, and I never do.
Even with advantage?
I have advantage. I have plus. All my feats almost have all been going to that direction. No.
Oh, that's awesome.
Consent is always important.
Agreed.
Who next?
Why am
totally
I
not dead.
so bad at this game? Jeez.
Might be genetics.
Attack first. Think never. Hey, folks.
You feel a definite pulse of magical energy as you shake his hand.
You just made a deal with the devil.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Roll a will save.
There's more up there? We have to... I fucking hate this level.
We could have been playing Valheim. Dog, dog, dog. Save me, save me. Where are you? Get in front of me. Get in front of me. Get in front of me.
I'm coming. I was marking the cave.
Dogs. Have a stamina. Ah! Get the dog. Help.
Hello, folks.
There. Apparently, I can't remember your name at all.
Who's Ingrid?
You.
You.
Me.
Irving.
Oh.
Yes, because I can't forget. Wow. Why am I having such a hard freaking time with names today?
You called me Murphy twice before
Yeah.
we even started.
Shut up, Melvin. I'm working here.
Alrighty, naked. That's a good drawing, right?
Damn right, Hank, that's
Really
good.
good. Oh my gosh.
Love it.
Thank you.
Wow.
With someone.
Wait, you just said they had a book.
That being said, we will.
Yes.
And then you emphasize that there is a book.
Holy! Way to catch on to that like a minute and a half late.
There's books, there's diaries, there's maps.
Wait, there's a book? We have not been consistent with this at all, have we?
No.
I'm not even gonna try and pronounce most of those. Wow.
Yeah, they had a sale on apostrophes that day.
Hello, everybody.
I don't know what's really going on. Hi!
We have you on speakerphone.
I was just gonna say, this is one hell of a collect call, man. I didn't know he knew infallible relay.
Does anyone know what the rates are? I don't have that much gold.
Did you know back in the old days, in the medieval times, they used to put lanterns, hang lanterns out on front of horses to help them navigate during nighttime?
Oh.
It was the first recorded instance of satellite navigation.
I enjoyed the live action The Avatar movie.
Oh, baby Baba Luba.
And burble as it came.
No!
Can
Can I get a oh yeah?
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
If you're only to be addressed as you as your own person, what do I do if there's like a whole bunch of y'all?
You may use titles as, I would say, the trolls. You may use the consequences if
Okay.
you would like.
So
You
y'all
may-
is off the table.
Y'all is an abomination.
A whole bunch of y'all.
Too late.
That's when you guys look over and see what once was Jitters descend slowly onto the ground, trampling towards you as its head from top to about past the sternum splits like that into a toothy maw that is its whole body. Rawr. Hello and welcome to Hate, Laugh, Love.
Everybody knows if it's green and it's slime,
You went that
it's booger time.
The show where we talk about movies.
He starts hopping on the way, and when you look back, there's Handor and Grace. Grace looking just frowning perpetually, and Handor just smiling ever so gracefully. And Finestorm, you see on their lips, Handor say, "You think they'll make it?" And Grace go, "Not a chance." Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're joined back on the hand in the early hours of the morning of some day that I will recollect and tell you all later. Come back, though, with Zara having walked about 200 feet away from the party, still within sight of Big Tin, but everyone else is still asleep just before they are woken up for the call of things. Zora, you are looking around at this open field of sand. Off in the distance, the direction you're going, there are taller stone structures. It looks like natural structures, maybe. But you hear the voice of someone saying, you know, if you keep standing around like that, people think you're up to something. Just come from nowhere.
Do I see anybody?
You don't see anyone.
Uh-oh. I'll say, who goes there?
You first.
I am Zara Vindul of the Hand.
Zara Ventul of the Hand. Are you, yeah, the Hand, that's title, Mercenary Guild Group?
Yes.
Which one?
The guild.
You seem very hesitant here, Zara of the Hand. Are you sure?
Oh, I forget what they're called. Not the walking something.
3 Watches?
3 Watchers, yes. No, I just knew it was a W. The 3 Watchers?
Never heard of them.
Well, that's unfortunate, for they do exist.
Well, it's fine. All right. We'll try this a different way. What are you doing here? Why?
We are on our way to... not Nathriel. Why am I
He's
so
doing
bad with
great,
names
Zara.
right now? Zelfar? Zelfam? Zellum.
It's all right. I can tell you're not native.
No. I am on a night watch right now.
I know.
I am not
I've been watching you all
necessarily.
night.
I'm not too sure what's going on right now.
That's
Who are
fine.
you?
It's okay. You don't need to be knowing entirely what's going on
Mysterious
right now. Why are you
voice?
going to Zellum?
I think I've answered enough questions.
That is, oh, you know, fair. All right, fine. From about 10 feet to your left, buried inside one of the dunes, this person just walks out. He's wearing this Kiritan armor. Kiritan? Chitin. Good grief. Chitin-like armor that seems to be sand-colored. It's very rugged, ridges inside of it. It's got this helmet that has a ridge that goes down the center of his face and then wraps around, very much like a Roman centurion helmet, but very bug-like, because it's all made of chitin. And just to his left, strapped on his left side and his right side, are 2 scimitars. Very fine make. Zora, with your familiarity on things and of the world, you could tell this man is, he's of a ranking of some kind. He looks official. You can't quite
That's
see
probably
his
good I
face.
stopped answering all his questions.
His face is mostly covered. The only thing you can see are his eyes. He's got dark skin underneath and these piercing brown eyes just staring at you. You see me now? I am here.
That doesn't explain anything.
Of course it doesn't. You don't need explanation, you need answering. I'm the one who needs explanation.
I still don't know who you are.
Oh, very good. At least I can give you that, can't I? I am Nanlienra Gukka Gra Adai Karagong. But everyone just calls me Adai.
And where do you come from, Adai?
Me? Oh, well, I come from Grantina. In fact,
where did you come from recently?
Grantina. You know what an Ra and Lri is, right?
Yes.
Oh, good. Then you know that out of the two of us, the person who has the right to be asking questions here, because it is their job, is me.
Well, I respect that, but I just didn't know who you were.
Well, now you do. So, what are you doing in Zellum?
We're making some deals in Zellum. My notes are rather unhelpful today.
You're making some deals. What kind of deals are you making?
Well, we just got finished making a big trade deal recently over lumber. So I assume we're making more deals where we're going.
Alright, give me a deception check.
Deception. I like that. That is a 16. Yeah, 16.
Okay. Zellum is the place to make trade deals. It's not very favorable. I mean, it's very expensive. Where are you coming from? You said you're part of Three Watchers Guild I've never heard of. Where's the base?
Palias.
Palias? As in Balashtar?
Yes. We've come a long ways.
That's interesting. Well, thank you very much, sir, for answering the questions. I would very much, though, enjoy meeting the rest of your group. Would you like to introduce me?
It's rather late.
It's early. It's morning. See?
It's rather
Sun,
early.
right there, poking up. And that wasn't a request. I just formed it as one to be polite.
Alrighty then. We'll give him a... Alrighty then. And then...
Sassy.
Lead him into camp, I guess. Seems pretty persistent.
BT, you would be the first to see it. Zara coming back with this strangely clad, heavily armored man. Steel Predator. Good design. Unique. Beginning to believe what you're telling me.
What?
Oh no.
Twitch?
No, we did. That was us.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Okay.
It just flashed. Let's double check and make sure. I'll have to figure
I
out
think
what
we're
the
good.
heck just happened there.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh well.
We're
let's
back.
see.
Splice those two videos together.
More work for me. That's okay. It'll be fine. Sorry about that, everyone. That was a very brief and quick crash, though. So.
Oh, Snozboop, groggily sits up and says, "Good morning, Zara. Who's your new friend?"
I haven't... Adai is his
Adai
name?
works, yes.
Adai, I'm Snozboop of Clan
I'm doing, quite well, actually. No complaints. I had a very quiet and comfortable night. It's very nice. How are you doing?
I'm doing well,
Good.
How can we assist you?
Oh, you could definitely let me know precisely what you're doing here. This one is being a little shady about it, but, we're in Grantina. I expect that. So, no hard feelings. But I would like to know precisely. Especially seeing, well, this is a very common area, and you have a very unique device here. So, just need to make sure that people are going to be safe.
Right, of course. And of course, I hope you understand me asking, do you happen to have any identification or anything of that nature that would indicate that you're an authority figure and not, some nefarious person out in the wilds?
He looks down at his armor, then looks up at you. You're not from Grantina either.
That is a very true statement.
Grantina.
By the way, just a quick DM note. I am in disguise. Just so you know.
Which disguise?
The U on my chest. I don't have the U on my chest or the regular mask on. I have the disguise mask on.
We are a group from Balashtar, although I'm from further beyond that myself.
I just need to make sure I don't carry any documentation or paperwork because this is usually my documentation and paperwork. People see this armor and they know. To also clarify for Ultian, you 100% know this guy is a Worm Rider. He is wearing the armor of a Worm Rider. So immediately, major authority. These people are like the top-notch military unit of Grantin and Senate.
I will, noting that Ultian did not volunteer that information, I will use our walkie-talkie thinkies to say to him, in my mind, Ultian, any information you would like to provide about this individual that I should know about before trying to convince him that we're totally his friends? I can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Muted or something.
I'm not going to reply to you at all. I'm just going to stand there and wait for him to address me.
With no reply coming from Ultian, I know Teffy does know this because it's inside her journal, it's inside her book, and she has translated this page. She will volunteer the information.
Great.
He's an Nathriel. He's one of the great Worm Riders.
Very good.
How can I provide... Well, I do have a very obvious way that could provide you the information you would need to know to answer my questions.
Okay.
Don't be alarmed. She won't eat you. She whistles very, very loudly in a high pitch. The sand below you begins to rumble very gently, and then more aggressively your feet start to sink into it as it becomes more of a fluid than a solid substance. And out from behind your machine comes bursting from the sand this very vast creature, covered in the same chitin that this guy's wearing. Comes wrapping around its worm-like features, mouth opening up with these 4 folds, revealing rows upon rows of this fine... It's like looking at a whale's mouth. Comes rearing around, making this unearthly sound that I cannot make with my vocal cords. This thing is easily 60 feet in diameter and raises up around 150 feet before its head comes curling down. This is Kuka.
Ah, very good. A worm rider in the flesh. A pleasure to meet you, Adai. Well, that, as you said, that is all the information that was needed. I do appreciate you humoring me. You never can be too sure out in the wilds. Just yesterday, we ran into some pirates who tried to take our skin from our bodies.
Ah, yes, I know, and then you made a deal with them.
So true. So the reason that we are here, well, in the desert, headed towards Zellum, is because we are the Hand, part of the Three Watchers Guild out of Pallius and Balashtar, and we are looking for a particular vigilante character, goes by Ultian. We are contracted to find he, she, or they's whereabouts and capture them, perhaps interrogate and or assure that their explosive deeds do not continue.
He's got this hot cup of tea in front of him now. He's finished making this fire. Kettle was heated up quickly. He did a few little magical things, and there's other little cups for you all as well if you'd like some tea. But he's listening very quietly, just paying attention.
He did it magically?
He did do it magically. Yeah, roll for it. This is a cantrip, prestidigitation. He just heated it up with
Oh, I already know prestidigitation.
Okay. Create bonfire.
Create bonfire. Then
He used that one to... I can't remember if it's a cantrip or a level 1 spell. It's a silly spell most of the time. I think it's a cantrip. Pretty sure it's a cantrip. Let me double check for you. It's a cantrip.
So 15 or greater twice. Okay, let's see what we get. That's an 18. It's once.
Ooh.
12. Too bad.
So close. So you're after the Ultian character.
Exactly so, or characters, depending on what the situation actually is.
I sent you a message, Dan.
You're, I cannot message that answer to you. Okay, well, you're quietly. I'm gonna keep on with this conversation, but that's taken into consideration. You're good. I can't message that to you, unfortunately. But that's a good roll.
Tell me in a second.
That's a good thing. Yeah. So, what all do you know about what he's been doing?
I believe there have been several instances of explosions taking out particular buildings and housing districts. That's why we got thus far, and we'd hope to learn, obviously, a fair bit more upon getting to Zellum itself.
Of course, yes. You're from Balashtar. Where is your information coming from?
From the contract.
And who gave you the contract?
I unfortunately do not believe I can tell you that, as it is in the contract.
Discretionary kind of contract.
Exactly so.
It is a very good thing then that I am a general inside the army of Grantina. To ensure the safety of this place, I do need to know. Discretionary or not. Altian, I'll give you this for the insight for now. You do get more information, but that was a lie. You're muted.
We can't hear you.
So what he just said was a lie?
What he just said was a lie. Not the fact that he's a general. That was true. That was a truth. He is a general. But the fact that the discretionary is forfeit because he's a general, that was a lie.
Now I proceed to to talk to
Snozpoop via mind link.
Via mind link. I am going to express to you the exact, like in the guide for generals rules, like the exact page number and everything that states that that is not a fact. So you can tell it right back to him.
According to Article 13 subclass.
Yeah, exactly.
General Adai, while I do appreciate your position as an authority figure in Balistar, I do not wish to insult or anything. I do believe that the law states that that is not true.
And what makes you an educated man to the ways of Grantina? You're not from here. How do you know?
We'll say it was in the contract.
I enjoy you. All right.
I am pleased to hear that, General Adai.
Very good.
I will say this is the most interesting conversation I've had since entering this desert, and I'm surrounded by friends.
Oh, well, I am pleased to know that I am one-upping your friends. You might need to get better ones. I'm available.
Is that so?
Yes, but I would need to replace one of these, and she comes with me, and she would need to replace one as well. So who would you kick out?
One does not just kick out friends, even for such a remarkable conversationalist such as yourself. Else, you weren't really friends.
Perhaps time will tell then. Well then, you have been forthright enough. To a certain degree, I believe you're here on guild business. That is very good. You can go about it. I will give you a heads up. If you want to complete that contract, though, you're going to need to beat me. I'm here on orders as well, to find the very same person.
Oh, well, very good.
We make this interesting.
I do like interesting things.
5,000 gold. Says I get them first.
Interesting.
5,000 gold says you get the real Altion.
Real Altion. Oh, so the one in there is not real. Where's the real one?
Altion, why are you talking? Stop!
There's more than one.
Ah, well, the one in Zellum.
Let's perhaps make it a more interesting. As gold is not particularly interesting.
Gold is not interesting to you. It is what makes Grantina tick.
I am an old man not of Grantina.
Truer statements, but never said.
Yes, yes. Perhaps. The winner, the person who finds the Ultian figures currently in Zellum, can ask for one truth from the other.
How does this work with you being a group? Do I get one truth from only one of you, or do I get one truth from all of you?
You may ask one question of the group or one individual, just as we, the group, may ask one question of you, if we are the victor.
Give me a persuasion check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I like how your brain thinks. Deal. Sounds good. He offers
Very
out his hand.
good. Snozboop puts out his hand also to shake.
Shakes. At this point, I would like for everyone except for... Actually, I will inform everyone except for Altian that I'm about to deafen you. Altian rolled a 24 insight check on this guy at the beginning of this conversation. So he's getting little pieces of information that I'm going to make sure only he gets.
Okay.
Oh, that's good, because I've got to disappear for a quick second.
Yeah, disappear for a quick sec, do what you have to. I'm going to deafen you, and I'll bring you back when it's time for you to start hearing things again. Whisper! I got to make sure I do this correctly, because last time I nearly did it wrong. How do I do this? Deafen, server deafen. Is it server deafen? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, I should server mute them too. Because we can still hear them. So at the beginning of this conversation, this guy who sits down, your insights check, 24. That's really good. What's your bonus? What's your modifiers?
My modifiers for that one. That one's just my insight. It's my intelligence, my investigation, but not. So it's my.
You've always modified.
Remember when we said.
No, it's the switch.
It's
Like it's
5
your
for
investigation.
insight,
Yeah. So you rolled really well. Just to begin with, this guy. He is so relaxed. Nothing about anything around him is stressing him out. Him being a professional in the field, you very quickly get the sense that if this led to combat, there's no way you would succeed, even with BT behind you. Even without his worm backing him, he could probably handle your entire group. He is strong, very strong. Second thing you would get, he knows who you are.
Yeah, that's why I said what I said.
Yeah. You're in disguise, but he knows who you are.
He already did. Yeah, I sense he's been following us for a while.
He's been following you for a few solos now. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing you would get is he's smart, he's intelligent, and he doesn't care who you are.
Or else
There's
I'd already be
more
dead.
about, otherwise you would already be dead, yes. There is more about this guy than you are seeing already, and it's just surface level. And Nathriels like this, they are high force military units. They're high up inside the rankings of things. He should care who you are. He should be taking you down, but he's not. Their path to get to where they are, they have to travel into the desert, find a worm, and tame it themselves. You know the kind of path this guy's had. You know he's a desert guy. There's no way you'll ever outpace him or lose him in the desert. He knows how these sands work. And he's offering you a challenge. A little gamble. take it from there for what you will. I'm going to bring everyone else back.
Okay.
Hi.
That was a lot of info dumping, seemingly.
Rapid speech too, so probably a lot more than you might be thinking. Well, we have our lovely little challenges. This should be a very fun few solars.
Oh, so true, so true. Would you like to have breakfast with us?
I would love to. There's more tea right there if you'd like as well.
I'll leave that to you. Thank you, though. Snarlsmoot gets out one of his rations, well, two of his rations, has one for himself, and hands one to the general, and gets his munch on.
Removes his helmet, pulls down the facial mask, begins eating. This guy's clear of all facial hair, of any kind. He's probably bald. Actually, he is bald. He just took his helmet off. He's bald. And there are very faint scars wherever you can see skin, just scattered around. He begins munching down. A group like yourselves, how did you get together? I mean, you're from a guild I don't know. You have a very, very fancy device. Not to mention a very expensive one right there. You all being in one place is peculiar. It's curious.
Yes, it actually was very coincidental.
I love coincidences.
We were all looking for some adventure, some, looking to make a difference in Iridai as a whole, and we all wandered into Peleus around the same time, and the rules of the guild required 5 members, and then there were 5 of us, and it was perfect.
Things lining up. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Good for Iridai, though. How do you mean? There's a lot that goes on. Do you plan on tackling all of it?
Well, we'll tackle what we can. We recently stopped a mass murderer in Balashtar.
What's the city called? It's one of the larger ones. It starts with an I. Istrago?
They're the very same.
I've heard of this.
Yes, that was us.
You.
Well, we weren't called the Hand yet at that point, so that made it maybe a little bit confusing on who's and whatnots. But that was us. We also brought peace to a ghost.
Really?
In one of the smaller towns in that area. Well, let me just tell you. He was betrayed, but all he really wanted wasn't revenge. What he wanted was to make sure that his family was taken care of. Oh. So we went and found basically his inheritance, brought it back to his wife, and then escorted her to Astrago, where she was taken care of by one of the guild masters there. It just worked out perfectly. And the ghost left in peace and no longer bothered the town.
That's so heartwarming as well.
Yeah. Additionally, you know what else we've done? In Vilt, we assisted we stopped perhaps a world-ending event. These monster figures. There's these monster figures in the secret lab that were utilizing this machine to open a portal that we believe went to another realm to bring their friends to destroy us. And we stopped them.
You are... Oof. I would say
And
these are
you know
tall
how we did
tales.
it, General?
Mm.
I'll tell you. The power of friendship.
Okay, give me a performance check. Because that was a beautiful story.
It's a 19?
A 19, okay. Adai smiles and chuckles again. Such wild tales. I would struggle at believing most if I didn't live in Grandina. But I live here, so I genuinely believe all of that. That is incredible.
It has been an amazing latter part of my life, I'll tell you. I haven't done much with my life except normalcy. I had a wife. I tilled my garden and weeded it. So I hung out with my siblings, but never left my town until several months ago. And now, look at my friends. I am with the hand. And it has been a delight, I'll tell you that, General.
Well, they all do seem like a delight, that is for sure. Especially your steel predator there. Having one of those at your back, that is very handy. Although it's not a design I recognize.
Well, it has been very useful to our cause, undoubtedly.
You'll certainly be getting a lot of attention when you walk into Zellum with it.
Well, hopefully that makes our job easier and yours not as easy.
It'll be the other way around, I guarantee.
Well, that's unfortunate, but we'll see how it goes.
Fortunate for me. I am curious, though. This
General, if you don't mind, you've been able to be the curious one thus far. If you don't mind us being a little bit curious for a moment.
Well, I think it is only polite to, you're right, yes. You can be the curious ones for a moment.
Well, I don't want to take up all of the air here. Zara, do you have any wonderful questions for the General?
How do you get the worms to listen to what you say?
The giant worm that's still there just kind of shifts its head with a powerful motion, and she doesn't listen to what I say, she just cooperates. It's a relationship. Like having a best friend, but in a worm instead. She understands Common, and Grantinan, and, well, a fair few other languages as well. If I speak it, she knows it. And I speak 12 languages, so... we more, listen to each other and help each other. It gets much closer to all of you. As he reaches up a hand, just pats it on the side. The Solomon itself, actually, it's part of how she identifies who I am. They don't have eyes, but they do have smell. This armor is made from her pushed off shells as she was growing. So it smells like her.
Interesting.
We have spent, we've spent the last 40 cycles with each other.
It's a long time.
It's a long relationship.
Let me ask you, General, if you would, a philosophical question.
Those are good ones.
I once came upon an individual that their job was to capture children and then bring them into slavery. What would you think about such an individual?
I would be collecting their bounty.
Really?
He points at you, Altian. You care to fill them in on any details at all?
What do you mean?
Well, it's very clear. Your dress, your garb, the way you hold yourself. You are a Garantinan. You can't hide that. So you know what my role would be here. What do you think a person in my position would do to someone like that?
He would destroy them.
Good. That's the right answer. We would.
Interesting. It was my understanding that that individual was employed by Grantina.
Whoever employed them, you point them out to me, and I'll make sure they're following suit.
Very interesting. Well, if you had a question, you feel free, or take turns.
I think I'll be fair. I'll play fair with you. You're being nice and considerate with things. I will consider my question and my inquiry what I just gave to your friend here.
Oh, very good. Well, then, follow-up question. It is my understanding from the contract that we are on that Grantina and its Senate is controlled by corporations. Various corporations. And as such, would that mean that you are employed by such an entity?
Did PT just
Oh my
randomly roll
God.
1%?
Yes, I did. But it wasn't
Who was
random.
that for? Who was that for?
You'll find out.
Oh no, I'm scared. You know what? Actually, I am going to ask for a prompted insight check from everyone for that question. It's a very good question. And if anything, I mean, like, if we were in the SCP universe right now, I would be giving you all a reverence point for that question, because it was a very good question.
Oh, very good. Insight, that's going to be a 19.
19? Okay, Zara, what'd you get?
Rolled a 20 for 22.
You rolled a natty 20? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
PT? I can see the 21 BTs. 10. 10. Altian?
30.
30. Oh my goodness. Okay. Schnozzbip and BT, you don't see anything. You don't sense anything. Zora, the only reason you are sensing something is because you rolled that natural 20.
Yes.
And natural 20s are automatic successes. But Altian and Zora, the two of you will catch the flicker in his eyes and that twitch in his right eye. He's disgusted by that thought. But he's hiding it very well. No. I am a general of the Grantina Senate. I am not an employee of one of the corporations. I do not answer to the corporations. I answer to the Senate. The actual government of our country.
Just to follow up on that, is my understanding.
No. It's my question now.
Oh, of course. Go ahead.
Your group so astutely came together. How did you end up in the place you all ended up in, though? You're from different places, I can tell. We've got the stylization of with the Vazuth here, there's a clear stance and behavior patterns from Nathriel Union. I blanked as to what it was called for a moment. And as I said, Grandina, and you must be from Abdullah. You're farther than Balashtar.
It's true.
People from all over the place finding themselves in the common location of Balashtar.
Not just Balashtar, but Peleus.
But Peleus, of all places. A location that's recently had its own cataclysmic event. A city that is barely holding on from what I hear.
Well, you have heard incorrectly. It is, a thriving town.
Not a question. How did all of you from all over the place end up in a group?
Well, if you're asking how we each individually arrived at Peleus, I could tell you that. But as far as how we ended up in a group...
Individually. Individually. That's what I'm more curious about. As you said, it was coincidental that you all came into a single group, and that's brilliant as it is, but it doesn't make any sense that all of you would end up in that place at the same time, the same date for that coincidence to happen. So I'm curious. Where did your paths lead? How did they get here?
I was on a mission for a group that I am now suspect of. But I met Teffy shortly after I left, and we became traveling companions to Peleus, where we both, for differing reasons, wished to go. I wished to join a guild to spread the ideologies of pacifism. And I think Teffy, well, I'll let you, Teffy, explain her reasons, but that's what brought me to Peleus.
Oh, that's you. How about you? I haven't heard most of your names yet, so I apologize. He's pointing at you, Zara.
I'm Zara Vintul of Vasuth Republic. I was on a mission attempting to retrieve some goods, and those goods turned out to be more sentient than I anticipated, and I've been on the run ever since.
I have many follow-up questions for that. It is not the time, though. It is interesting to hear.
Yes.
The last one, though, I'm curious about you. What's your story? Yeah, it'll be you.
There's equal parts being backed.
You cut out, we can't hear you anymore. Might be a mic situation thing.
Could be. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Back to normal voice, switching back.
It was equal parts being backed into a corner and curiosity. It was the only way out, so I took a job. And something smelled off, and I need to know why.
And how's that come into play? He points at BT. A group being so separate. Did one of you come in with it beforehand, or did you acquire it as a group?
Those were the goods that were more sentient than I thought they were originally.
Sentient? You're telling me that is sentient?
That's my harebrained theory, but no one believes me.
Okay, at this point, I would like a group persuasion check. Including BT, who but at this whole time has been playing the part of a non-sentient thing, so I'll need a persuasion check from you two. That's a good one too.
19 straight up.
19 straight up from Ultian. BT, I think that's a 19 as well, right?
I know, I got a +5.
You've got a +5?
Oof.
Remember, it's all strength based.
Yeah.
It's 22.
22. Zora, what'd you get?
I rolled a 13 for 17.
13 for 17, Snowsboop.
29.
29.
Good lord.
Oh, does someone want to roll for Taffy?
Sure. I'll roll. You give me the number. Let's do that.
Okay.
Oh, I be rolling the 19s. The last 3 rolls have been 19s. So what's her mod?
0.
Okay, it's 19
It's
straight
19
up.
straight up. Okay. He looks between all of you. I am going to enjoy the next few hours. This is going to be fun. We are burning daylight. If you have any other further questions for me, I don't have any other queries for now. If I run into you, I might ask you an odd question, but...
One more thing.
Hmm.
You didn't happen to see a pirate skiff roll through this direction?
Oh, they headed on before you all. From everything I've been able to see and tell, I've been paying more attention to you than them. They were heading to Zelem. You might find them in there, but you might not. The pirates.
I'm just gonna get up and start packing the stuff.
Very good.
Schlossboop, you did have one follow-up query that I denied you. Would you like
I
to...
did. It's perhaps more on the philosophical side of things, but...
Well, then one more philosophical question for the road.
Well, you said that you work for the Senate, the government of your country, and it's my understanding that the Senate works for the corporations. Would that not make you an employee by proxy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say over my shoulder to like put a period at the end of that comment. Instead of a question mark, I'm gonna say
Money always goes up, it never goes down.
The opinions of outside governments may be that our Senate is controlled by the corporations. However, that is not the case, and I encourage you to not believe those reports because they are false.
Oh, really? That is a delight to hear. Well, General, it has, of course, been a delight to make your acquaintance and have a friendly conversation with you. I do hope and expect to have at least one more.
When the time comes, I know you and I will have some wonderful conversations in the future. However, that point is not now. Now, we must get to what we are doing if we are to solve Zelem's problem in a timely manner.
Well said. Have a wonderful day, General.
I hope you have a wonderful solar as well.
Well said, well
And
said.
I would say good luck, but I genuinely don't wish it for you. And he walks
Fair
over and the giant worm puts its head down and he grabs hold of a place. As it lifts up, he climbs up into a spot and calls down to you all. Break a leg! I think that's what they say inside the theater districts. As the worm's head moves away, you see him
just waves.
Get closer down to the center, grab hold in a very peculiar way, as the worm then dives into the ground. You've got about an hour until Zalem. What are your plans? What do you do?
Well, Ultian, that was, scary. That being said, thoughts as we approach Zellum, the best way? What should we do with the vehicle and so on?
Give me some time to think. Just so you're all aware, he knew exactly who I was.
He knew that you were Ultian?
Yes. Which is curious, because he isn't concerned by us or me. Which means he's after them for a reason. Probably the same reason we are. Figure out the why, not the who.
Interesting. Well then, are we leaving the vehicle here or taking it in?
As much as I don't like it, we might have to take it with us. I'm gonna have to disguise it a little, though.
I will assist you however I can. Ultian will assist, or Snasup will assist Ultian in whatever disguise mechanisms he's doing.
Quick question for
Yeah.
I have a disguise kit. Sure, somewhere, maybe. Do I? I thought I did. Maybe I don't.
If you do, I mean, other people do. I know other people in your party.
Zara definitely does.
Zara definitely does.
Yes, I do.
You could use it for cosmetic stuff, like to cover up the U in the front, to cover up a few things. You wouldn't be able
That's
to.
all I'm really concerned about.
You could use it for the U in the front.
I'm gonna make the what is usually like more like chrome in look. I'm gonna make it the same flat black as the rest of it, so it doesn't stick out.
Do we still have the trailer?
Yes.
Is it enclosed?
It is not.
Nope.
It's open.
We got it hooked to the hitch.
Yeah.
You're barely hanging on. We have to get like straps to tie you down. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Just thinking about what he said, where I might be a hindrance. Do you want to hide me too?
Yeah, that is a good question. Actually. Oh, wait. My voice went.
I actually might have something for that. Get on the trailer.
Okay.
I'm going to get out the giant sand-colored tarp that I was going to originally use to hide the interceptor, and I'm going to throw it over top of BT and the whole cart and tie it down.
Okay.
So that way it looks like cargo.
Looks like cargo.
Maybe
instead.
put some stuff back there as well. You know, all the supplies that we got as well. So yeah,
So
put those
what are
back
you
there.
planning on doing long term? Like, are you planning on going through Zellum long term without BT?
No, at least to get him through. into
Through
the city
front,
is
okay.
what I'm most concerned about at this point.
Into the city.
Yeah.
You definitely know it's a good call not to leave the interceptor here. It'll get buried in the sand if it does, and you'll lose it forever. Like, you'll never find it again if that's the case. Getting it to a docking station on the outside of the city, that's another alternative. You can definitely do that. That's where most of the skiffs have to get docked anyway, is on the outside. Taking it into the city as well. I mean, you're not bigger than a wagon, so you can also do that. With a machine like this, you will draw a lot of attention.
Better not do that right away. We'll go to a dock and we'll dock it.
Okay, going to...
If they've got like any sort of garage. Ooh, I will look specifically for repair shops that are near the dock. Because I need to do some work as well.
Some work as well on it. Knowing Zellum, everyone gathering up and getting into the machine after your wonderful little breakfast and heading off, going to the city itself, you end up on the northern face of it, where you know some dock yards are and some repair yards that are enclosed to the outside. It's a little extra to pay for enclosed spacing, so you know that much. You, Altian, would also know that you're probably going to have to negotiate how much you pay. They're going to probably try to nickel and dime for a term of speech that we all know.
I am explaining this to Snozboop along the way.
Along the way.
I am going to look over at him and
Welcome to my wheelhouse,
You
know?
where I own all of the wheels.
You will also know
all of the wheels.
They will not do anything for free. So there's no chance of any of this getting for free. You will only be able to negotiate the price down. You have to pay a price, though. Grantina, everything you do will have a price attached to it.
Yep.
You get up to these dockyards. There is a bay that you are signaled to pull into. A lot of these technicians who are around, seeing to a bunch of skiffs that are in here. Altian, your passive perception would see the fact that there is a non-named skiff inside this bay that is under construction and repair already. That looks very familiar.
Pull up alongside.
Yep, I'm going to pull up alongside and give her a couple revs.
You pull up alongside. Some shortish looking dwarf with his curly brown hair, muck all over him, eventually comes up to you, a machine, looking at it very curiously. And you can tell he's trying to shout something over the sound of your engine and the revving.
I'm gonna flip all the switches to turn it off.
It slowly powers down. You can hear him shouting, "Where do you get the? Oh, hello. Where did you get this? It's very intricate."
Very intricate, quite so. But we are in Grantina. Information isn't free. That is to say, could we store this here, perhaps?
Are you needing any repairs? Anything to be doing, or is it just storage?
Just storage. I do the repairs.
You do the repairs, you supply your own materials. Of course, we can supply those for you, but for a fee, as your friend has
Just
stated.
the storage.
Fee. Just the storage, then. Just the storage. How long?
Unknown.
Unknown amount of time. Unknown amount of time for storage, just storage, no actual need, just maintenance, overhead costs, of course. It's going to be somewhere around 20 gold.
20 gold. And that's for an infinite amount of time. Am I hearing that correctly?
No, it's for an unknown amount of time, which we store for only up to 2 lines. At which point your device here will go to auction for whoever buys, because you abandoned property at that point.
Very good. Very wise policy, in my opinion. So why don't we go to a single line for 5 gold?
Single line for 5 gold. No, then you're doing a determined price, and single line for determined price is no less than 8.
Eight. Well, how about 6? It
Give me a
seems
persuasion
better.
check.
That's going to be a 24.
24. Suppose I could. Fine, yeah, 6. That'll do.
Very good. I'm not sure. Would this seems like it would count as part of the guild pay later sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, so here's the 6 gold. Could I get a receipt, please?
The receipt that'll cost you extra, 2 silver.
Well, then maybe we'll need to take our business elsewhere.
Then fine, you take your business elsewhere. You can back this thing up yourself. You can find yourself another lot.
I just give him the 2 silver.
Takes the 2 silver. Oh, thank you. Someone who understands. All right, full line, 7 solars. We'll keep it here. Storage. It'll be under the protection policies. He rips off a piece of paper and the notebook that he's been scribbling on, hands it over to you.
I'm gonna grab his hand as he's about to hand it to Snozboop. I'm gonna grip it and I'm gonna look directly at him and say this.
If anything happens to that thing while we're gone, just know there are 206 bones in your body, and most of them are in your hands.
Also, side note, whilst that is happening, Snozboop would like to steal those 2 silver back.
Sorry.
Right.
That's so surprising.
Intimidation from Altian first.
Just steal it back.
Oh my lord. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's not terrible. What's my intimidation? 18.
18? Okay, 18 considered. Schnozboop, give me your sleight of hand.
Using not just a pretty face.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Please get a 30.
Oh, that's actually not as tasty as I thought. It's a dirty 20.
Oh, dirty 20. Okay. Oh.
God. Oh god.
He, with the piece of paper being handed forward, grabbing his hand, he looks over at you. Shrinks back a little bit. Here, you're back in Grantina. People in Balashtar are easy to scare like this, but Grantina's a little more used to it. It'll be under... It'll be another 2 gold for me to forget the fact that your hand is in my pocket right now.
Wow. Well, in that case, he gives him 2 gold.
He takes the other 2 gold and your machine will go under all other protection policies. We have watch, all solar long, and I think I'm quite done dealing with all of you.
Very good. Have a great day.
Shop workers, try not to touch it.
And I'm gonna click the lock on it. Whoop, whoop, beep, beep.
It's not very pleasant.
Noted. He just takes a couple of steps back and scowls at all of you as you're departing away. Yeah, he rolled an 18 on his dice and got a 21 for his sensing on your sleight of hand.
That's
Unfortunately,
disappointing.
He just barely beat you.
That's very disappointing. I only rolled a 10.
Oh.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed. Yeah. See, everyone, even with high stats, you can still fail on them.
All right. Well, looking to Ultian, I'll say, So, what do you think? Split up into groups, get more info? What's the best way?
What are we doing with BT?
Turn around and I'm just gonna whistle for BT to hop out.
Okay.
Do you hop out?
Yeah.
This dwarven figure who just took the money as they're beginning to walk away and stopping, having that thought, he's looking at the device very curiously, begins reaching a hand out to it. As you hop on, he startles back and just watches.
I look at him. Take a couple of sniffs.
They definitely could have paid more. He starts writing again on his pad.
Snozboop is going to say over the walkie-talkie thinker, perhaps it would be best if Teffy rode Big Tin. Then they could act like it belongs to Teffy. Thoughts?
Means Zara.
No, I meant Teffy.
You meant Teffy?
Well, her skill set didn't seem one that could sneak about and or find hidden information, so I thought perhaps they would go with the individual that also has a hard time not being noticed.
That's not the dumbest plan, but as far as fleeting out, no, we all need a... The city's far too dangerous.
Oh.
Speaking of which, before we leave, tie your coin purses extra tight. Or, better yet, put them in your haversacks.
Fair enough. We're gonna do that.
Also, try not to look anyone in the eye. Just keep moving.
But if I don't look in the eye, how will they know that I want to be their friend?
I'm going to turn to you, Snozboop, and look you directly in the eye, and I'm going to say,
absolutely no one in this city is going to want to be your friend.
That seems a gross exaggeration.
I give this attitude about 30 more minutes.
and then I'm going to turn around and open up the door for everybody.
Okay. Following Ultian. Speaking of which, through the walkie-talkie head thinker, what should we call you, Ultian, in the city?
I reply with Caleb.
Ah, yes, of course. Makes sense. Very good. Lead the way, good sir.
Okay. You said we're up north and we're probably low, so would you like to paint this picture for what a dreg is to them?
Yes. So, the city, starting off inside this repair station, you're guided into a more of a gate-like situation going into the smaller dredges of the city. Now, Zellum, as you were approaching, there were a couple of watchtowers on the outside, yes, but the city itself looks more like a tiered layer, like a cake with tiers to it. There is the bottom layer, there's a second layer, and there's a third tier to the city. As you are walking in, you are clearly walking into the bottom tier. Everything becomes enclosed. You are within a city wall that has a ceiling built into it. There are pillars all over the place throughout the entire city, keeping the ceiling afloat. And just ahead, off in the distance, you can see there is the markings of another inner wall inside the dredges of the city, which is the bottom tier. There is no sunlight. The only light you can see are these artificial lighting stations on the ceiling above you. And around what you see is a few people going about their business, doing stuff, and you would immediately understand these people are destitute. Their clothes are tattered, they're torn. Some of them may even as well be wearing potato sacks. It's what they can afford, what they can get. It's filthy, it's gross. There are what you would account to be city guards around, but they look more to be mercenary-like groups, and they definitely, anyone who gets in their way, they kick them out of their way, quite physically, pushing them, shoving. Whatever groups are patrolling around, there's always 5, 7, 9 of them or so, and they're fairly frequent and regular as you're going through the streets here. For you,
Don't try
Altian,
and get in one of their ways.
Let me finish this thought for Altian before addressing that. For you, Altian, there's a lot more patrols than there used to be. Easily 3 times as many. As soon as you, BT, get in the way, the captain of this patrol looks at you and then looks around like, whose device is this and why is it getting in our way? You get it out of our way now, or we will be forced to deactivate it.
Oh, apologies, officer. That was my friend Teffy's. She wasn't paying attention. I do apologize.
I don't care that she wasn't paying attention. You do not get in our way. Leave. He ushers to the side.
Go to the side and continue walking.
Does BT.
Yeah.
Getting to the side, continuing to walk. The patrol group continues walking as well.
I'm going to look back at the group very quickly, and I'm going to say,
Follow behind me and do exactly what I did.
I'm going to do that.
I'm going to weave my way through the city.
Weaving your way through the city. Where are you going?
Okay. Well, first things first. We gotta go back home, I guess. I'm gonna go back to the hideout.
Heading back to the hideout.
Progressively, as we get like deeper and deeper into the lower dregs, you guys notice that it is very wet for some reason. Like there always seems to be like water dripping until you notice like the sewer pipes above and stuff like that. All the water lines and stuff.
It smells too. It's pretty awful smelling down here.
I admit I've been some places, Caleb. This one isn't great.
You have no idea. Keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Heading
Keep
through
moving.
one of the alleyways, there's a moment where you turn a corner, and Altian, immediately you run into a small child who slams into your legs and then quickly takes a step back. Takes a look up at you and then starts backing up and...
Oh, we're checking for pilfered pockets on that little child.
Give me a perception check.
I'm immediately like taking a step forward. And also perception.
18.
Perception. 18.
This is my perception. Boo, that's a 9.
That's a 9.
I'm just kind of assuming at this point I'm about to grab this kid anyway.
Looking at this kid stepping forward, assuming about to grab him, Snozboop, you notice the second child behind your group, who is currently cutting the coin purse of Zara.
Uh-oh.
Sleep. Level 1.
Alright, roll for it.
Just immediately.
I'm not even sure what level 1 does. Let's just verify. So like 68 or something? One of these
Something like
one-ply
that.
fellas.
Nah, damn.
Where is it? 5d8. Found it.
Ah.
Okay, not the best roll. 21.
21. That's enough for a child. The child who's just cut the coin purse just goes, falls to the
Rest
ground.
your head, my friend.
The one in front of you, Altian, turns and starts to try to book it.
Oh, I'm grabbing that kid. I hope you realize I'm grabbing him and lifting him up off the ground.
Give me a grab stack.
Can I put my coins in my haversack in the meantime?
After this, you can.
19.
19.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you catch him. He rolled a natural 1. He stumbles a little bit, and you catch him from falling on the ground and lift him up. And he's like, "Let me go, you Mister, you jerk!" And he starts trying to kick at you.
Caleb, I think we just found a couple of new employees. Wouldn't you agree, young sir?
What did you do to her? You killed her. She's dead. Let me go.
She's sleeping soundly. No problem whatsoever.
I don't believe you, you jerk. Roll another. Give me an athletics check, Altian. He's trying to break free.
Oh, well, he might just break free on this one. He might just break free on this one. What's my athletics? 7.
7? Yeah, you got
I
a
rolled a
17.
2.
He breaks free. He bites on your hand into the muscly areas, causing the hand to just naturally release, drops to the ground, and starts stumbling backwards.
Rest your head, my friend. Sleep. Level 1.
Yay! Another chance.
Another chance.
You just keep doing that all day long. Okay, 16. That works on level 1. Let's see if I can get another one. Boy, those hit the low side of the dice.
30.
Stumbling backwards on his rear end, he stops and just...
Well, that didn't go quite as well as I had hoped, but then again, I did hope that you could hold on to a child.
Ouch.
Big Tin, would you mind assisting? And Snobzoop's gonna try to tie the 2 children on each side.
What are we doing here? They're kids. Just leave them. We have to go.
They can help. They probably want jobs.
How could they help?
Hear things, find things, steal things.
I love Snozpoos.
I think you're good enough at doing that anyway.
Why, I can't be everywhere at once, Caleb.
I'm gonna push Snozboop with the rope in his hands away, and then I'm just gonna pull the 2 kids to the side of the alley and sit them against the wall, like with their one head on the shoulder of the other one.
Of each other.
Well, that's no fun at all. Your city, your rules. Follow, lead the way.
Yep, keep moving.
Eventually, you do make it to your old hideout.
Just for context, this is an area. Okay, so think of 70s New York, like the areas where like nobody lived anymore, right? Because it was so bad, it was so run down that like there's not even like homeless people there anymore. Like that's this like little section of the Dreg.
Oh boy.
That's the sound I'm looking for. Describe the entrance to your hideout.
It is a 3-story building with boarded up windows and doors, and it looks like the top half, the roof, is like falling into it. And I'm just gonna point my grappling gun up towards the top window, and I'm gonna hook myself up, and then I'm gonna turn around and extend a hand for who wants to go first.
Teffy probably wants to go first. Snosboop will follow.
PT will look confused.
I'm gonna go up there real quick, and then I'm gonna call down to BT.
Please keep a lookout, BT. Let us know if anyone comes this way.
Okay.
Ultian. Something's wrong. Things don't
Okay,
look right.
I'm gonna.
Things have been moved.
Nobody move. Stay perfectly still. All of you.
And then I am going to investigate.
Do you believe in friendship?
All right, what is that? Is it
It's
D8?
D8 now, I think. Yeah, yeah.
$35.
35. This used to be your home. You're very familiar with it. You know where everything belongs. You know where you put stuff. There's a few things that have moved around. There's a few things that are missing. Some tools, mostly. Random little bits and bobs. That dirty dish you never bothered to clean. Yeah, it's shifted over. Just a smidge. There is still dust over most of this. The things that have been moved most recently, they lack as much dust, but they weren't moved super recently. The thing you notice the most is there's a trail that leads through some doorways down towards the bottom of the building.
Okay. What I'm going to do is you're setting us up for a cliffhanger, and I know it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm innocent of everything.
Not using words, but using the walkie-talkies. Not walkie-talkies, communicators. I'm going to say, whoever can be quiet, get quiet and follow me. You can't stay here and don't talk.
Well, be quiet.
Where you going?
I am following the tracks stealthily and checking for booby traps along the way.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna need investigation from Ultian for checking for the traps, and I'm gonna need a stealth check from everyone. And Big Tin, while you're outside, give me a perception check.
I'm watching the cricket.
It's hopping up and down. It's gone back and forth a couple of times. It's confusing. It's like it doesn't know where it's going, but it wants to know where it's going. It's a fascinating cricket. Zara.
Which one
I got a 16 plus 4, 20.
16 plus 4, 20. Dirty 20 there. Ultian, your stealth check.
Stealth check is 26, and investigation check is 26 because I got a 16 and a 15.
Okay.
Nice.
25.
25. Okay. You'll begin following these tracks, these trails. Altian, you do spot a couple of wires here and there for tripwires and trip traps, but you're able to point them out. There is a moment where Teffy, while stepping over one of them, I rolled a 4 on his stealth check, so not the best.
She has advantage.
No, she has disadvantage because of armor and advantage because of her boots, so it cancels out to be just a straight roll.
Shame.
Yeah. Very, very big shame. Actually, she got a 3 on her stealth check. She has -1 on the modifier. That's sad. She does stumble and tumble into the wall, making a... Sorry. Keeps herself up, though, and following it down, it goes clear to the basement. There used to not be a path here. There was rubble. Things caving in, leaving things blocked off, but it's been cleared out ever since you've left. There's a pathway leading straight to the basement where there's a very solid portion of a wall that with your 26 investigation you can tell it's fake.
Okay. Is it like one of those like push and it like like young Frankenstein, like it turns like that?
Turns.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Looking around, there is a metal candle holder on the wall that is incredibly out of place.
The candle back. Sorry. I'm gonna look at everyone for confirmation, visual confirmation.
Give a nod.
All right.
There's a... As the wall spins and turns with you on this platform that's very well disguised into the ground, as you turn into this large room that has athletic equipment off on the left, a large table in the middle with maps, pieces of paper skewed around, a wall with different pieces of paper and these strings tied in to different spots, and 5 mannequins, all lacking any dressing.
Okay. Papa's gonna do some investigating. And I've got a couple ideas here. So I will do some investigating first, and then let you know what the rest of my ideas are.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Snob's Boop's going to be looking out for someone who lives here.
Okay.
Or something along those lines.
Perfect. Give me a perception check, Zora. Anything you're doing.
I think I will also be doing some investigation, but for traps.
Okay, give me an investigation check. BT, unfortunately, that perception check is so low you don't see something. So for the audience, there's a figure flying up in the distance
21.
just watching BT. 21 from Zara, Altian.
That's going to be 28 for me.
28. Schnozboop.
17 perception.
17 perception. Any particular location or place that you're focusing on in any of your checks?
Doors and or windows.
Okay.
The cricket.
The cricket.
Looking at the walls.
Looking at the walls for Zara, Altian.
What I am looking at specifically is signs of any and all recent activity, like how long ago exactly it was since someone was down here.
Okay.
Even dust and all of that good stuff.
If you're meandering around a little bit. Ultian, the best place for that dust collection and other bits might be the table in the middle, where there are papers and things skewed across. That might give you the best estimation.
I'm gonna carefully make my way over there.
Following the walls, Zara, you end up trudging along the right-hand side a little bit, just behind the mannequins, looking in places, not finding any traps in here.
That's good.
Schnozboop, you taking a look around, you do find an area where there are beds. There are 5 of them.
5.
Finding this room, then turning, there's an all-clad in leather figure with this black cape, face completely obscured, just looking at you. You can see the body has a number of knives all over the place.
So I'm going to do 2 things simultaneously, which you could say would be difficult, but I'm an old man, and I've learned how. One, I'm going to say over the walkie thinker, there is an individual over here, and at the same time, I'm going to say out loud, hello, my name is Snozboop. And you are?
As you hear that from Schnozboop, Ultian, you walking up to the table and moving around a few pieces of paper, there is a sudden whoosh as your hand hits something solid for a moment. And looking towards that direction, there's a small figure just standing with his hand held up, looking over your direction. You can see his eyes. You can see some of the green tints of his skin underneath. But he's well disguised and covered, wearing these bluish-hued clothes. There is also, nearby where you are, Zara, a cling as this mace gets put right in front of you from someone that you didn't see, following just behind you. For the reply for you, Snozboop, the figure just leans off, gets off the wall and starts taking a couple of steps closer towards you. As Ultian, the last thing we'll finish with you seeing is from the shadows, a figure dressed exactly like you, walking out from the shadows. That's where we'll finish off for the night.
Oh boy.
To be clear, all of these people look like vigilantes. You've walked into superhero realm.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that you can see and know of so far.
I don't want to win that bet. Just how am I going to win it? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a great question. Especially now that you're here. Ha-ha! Let's find out what happens next week. Don't forget, everyone, on Tuesday, Ben and I are going to play some Dark and Darker because it's a fun game and it'll be a hoot and a half. Scary. Carry on that scary motif and things. And then Saturday, we have our SCP Part 2 TTRPG. So come on by for the spooks, the scares, and all those wonderful thrills. I got one of the players' heart rate up to 126 last time, so...
Oh, wow.
Let's see if I can beat that. Until then, though, thank you everyone for being here. We love you very much. And I hope you had it. See you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.
Yay.
May have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this time